Yeah.
Happy New Year, Trinidad and Tobago. Happy New Year. We have a responsibility this year to make Trinidad and Tobago a better Trinidad and Tobago. We are coming to you live from 104.7 this morning, the Progressive Empowerment Party. Joining me this morning is my usual co-host and wingman, Tony the Food. Tony, hit them.
Morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
Deputy political leader, you know. Don't let him post, don't let him undersell. Make sure all your phones, sure all your phones on silent or vibrate, so that we don't disturb the people. Listen, today, this is the first shot across the bow. Today, starting today, tell them. From 9 to noon, 3 hours. Are they ready?
Right.
Get all your phone dialing fingers ready, you know. Write down the number. Don't be coming on the Facebook and asking me, where's the number, 628-9595, 628-3131. We're taking calls right through, especially in the last hour. We're taking calls from all the people who have issues with the state, who want assistance in anything. If you're having a problem with a road, with a street, with a sidewalk, with a drain, if mosquito biting your children, if you lost your work, you lost your car, you lost your house. What's that song? Miano, house, miano, care, miano, yeah. Tony, come now, man.
Oh gosh, boy.
Today is the second of the first, 2019.
Happy New Year.
2019.
Let me see how happy.
I want to show you all something. Special good morning to all of the listeners at 104.7. My sweet Jesus, what did I just do? I just need to adjust this a little bit. We have a new soca controller. Satish Ramsaran is here with us today. He's learning to operate the board, and he's put a system in place for the calls on the live feed.
That's right.
God, I have so much things going on at one time. Anyway, we're gonna start with this. Andy, show him how to take the calls one time now. We want to test some calls. Look at a call coming in. Tony, where your headphone? Tony, where your headphone? This is not the headphone bag. You are the headphone bag. That's the Mopsy and chocolate milk bag. That one mine. That's not mine. What's this? This is mine. Yeah, gangster business. We're starting with some calls today. So we just want to be able to take the calls and test 628-9595, 628-3131. So I'll tell you what, if you want to call in and say Happy New Year to us in the studio and to everybody else, 628-9595. God, to those of you who are watching me, check it now. Check your volume now. Wrong one. Check again. Those of you who are watching us on social media.
A little up.
A little up.
Right, that's it.
Yeah, we did. Right, 628-9595, 628-3131. Be the first call. Be the first call. Satish lash them. Give Satish a headphone. They have headphones in the Mopsy bag. Hello, good morning.
Hi, morning. How are you doing, man?
I am good. How are you?
Well, good morning to everyone.
You are the first.
Thank you so much for your contribution.
Yeah, I want to say the same thing to you, but you are the first.
People.
Thank you, my brother. You are the first call for 2019, so I want to give you. I wish I had one of those little buttons you could press and give a round of applause. Good job getting through first.
Well, we started right now.
We started right. What I want to do is you could talk to me a little bit, because you're also a test to see if our people on social media, if they're hearing you with the new system. So I want those on social media to tell us if they're hearing the caller clearly, because Satish is supposed to be responsible for that. That's why Satish is in here. This morning, Chinese man, we call Satish Chinese man. He has no Chinese in him and he's not like a Chinese. So caller, talk to me. What constituency you from?
Quickly, I really enjoy your program. Over the past year that I'm actually a first-time caller, and over the past year, I learned a lot, very much enlightened.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that. Yeah.
I would just like to say I would appreciate, please, if you would mind.
Absolutely, man. Just you have to keep it. How to say this? You have to keep it so that every creed and race could feel like they can identify with the word that you say. Okay?
Exactly.
So try and keep it in the center of the road.
Alright.
Yeah.
Lord, I want to thank you again for the mercies granted to us the whole of last year. Lord, thank you again for the blessing of life this morning and coming before you this morning. Lord, bless the presenters, all the listeners of this program, and Lord, keep them safe. Lord, for the ones that wouldn't have an option but to turn to any criminal activity or any negativity, Lord, show them up light of positivity and show them a way Lord, provide a helping hand and bless the ones that provide, bless the ones that would seek to uplift themselves, and Lord, keep us all on the path of progression so that today will be one step closer in our page of destiny to guide us towards who we are supposed to be. Lord, thank you so much for your mercies, and everyone listening, have a blessed day. Everybody have a blessed year. Everybody please start it right. For everybody who could help somebody else, please go forward and make that extra effort. If it's $1, if it's a smile, just uplift people this year, people.
Amen. Amen, my brother.
Amen.
Thank you for starting us off with a prayer. Thank you very much. Wishing you all the best to you and yours as well.
You too.
All right, great. So I'm hoping that everybody, that was a system test and a blessing in one. That worked out very, very, very well. Tony, remind me to remind you to announce that we have a second anniversary event in San Fernando,
right,
and another secret surprise is happening at that event. To remind me to remind you to remind the public. Satish, tell me you have it under control in the back there.
Have it under control.
Satish have it under control. Nice. So we're going inside 628-9595, 628-3131. And this is the issue we want to raise this morning. We want to raise the issue this morning of the inspection and the threats of fines against the motoring public. Tony,
boy,
this is the most haphazard to the people who following us on social media. Did you hear that call and that prayer properly? Was that okay? Did you hear it properly? Because Satish set us up with a little system here this morning that was supposed to make your life easier. So please tell us that you heard the caller and the prayer clearly. Yeah? You know, we need to be able to do, Satish, and you need to learn this quick, is we need to be able to play the national anthem. We need to be able to play the national anthem. Today is the first day. I think we should sing it. What do you think? What do you think? Or do you think we should sing the national anthem as this is our first day on the radio for the new year? Because Hazra tell me yes. Hazra, I hope that yes is that you're hearing and that you don't want me to sing because
you sing it.
rain done falling, we will flood. They say the ministry, the weather, what was it, the ODPM, not the ODPM, who's be responsible for the meteorological report? Who's do that? Because the Met Office has told us to expect drought. And in an immediate response, the sky has opened up and rained. So please, listen, yes, it was clear. Delano Holder said it was clear. Right. So we're asking our next question now. Satish, you don't open your mic, the mic that's in front of you? Because if we have to sing, find out where that mic is. If we have to sing, everybody in the studio singing. So Glenn Robinson is here. Glenn, asking you, should we sing the national anthem this morning, as this is our first show? And will you all join us in the sing-along? Yes? Satish, you could sing?
On my radio station.
Okay, nobody's answering, so I think that the people are contemplating how to say no. And I agree with you all, don't get me wrong. All right. Mr. Rohan Sinanan, Minister of Works. Before your agents charge a single civilian for failing to have their vehicle inspected, please ensure that every government vehicle, every police, prisons, defense force, fire, ambulance, every state vehicle, TNTEC, WASA, TSTT, every Ministry of Works and Licensing Office vehicle, etc., have also been inspected and passed. Enforcing the law if the government is not adhering to the same standards would constitute a serious breach of authority. The Progressive Empowerment Party calls on you to grant a moratorium until March 1st or later so as to allow all vehicles, both public and private, to become compliant. Unless and until all government vehicles have been inspected, you cannot be ticketing or fining members of the public. Now, that is this. We shared it on social media. We emailed it to the entire cabinet. We emailed it to the opposition. We emailed it to the media. So he gets it emailed. It's viral on social media. And we're handing it by hand today.
Yes, to him.
Either to Rohan himself or the closest assistant that we could find in the Ministry of Works. That says, good morning, Rudy. How are you? Rudy Paul is on with us this morning.
Yeah, Rudy, what going on?
Good morning, Rudy Paul. Rudy, we needed somebody to sing the national anthem. You reached late. I want to also say there was so much to do at the start because we had so much going on at the start that I want to say again a thank you to the lead-in that we follow every time we come on the show. We follow Mikey K, Andy, and Lennox, and the boys of the Ground Report who are doing a stellar job. Now I know that they support the UNC in some capacity, but I know them well enough to also know that they support Trinidad and Tobago first. And I feel, and I'm not saying Mikey K walking past here, so when they tell him that they see him, and I say, it is one of my resolutions for 2019 to put Mikey K in an orange jersey. I want the Ground Report in the Progressive Empowerment Party, the United Stakeholders Movement. I want you, all of you, to think about why you are political, why you are involved, why you are adding your voice, and why you're raising your voice. But I want to ask a question this morning. Because Tony, everywhere in the civilized world that does inspection of vehicles to make sure they're roadworthy, everywhere, the system is you cannot get insurance for your vehicle unless your vehicle is inspected and passed.
Inspected, correct.
So you wouldn't have a mad rush of trying to send 800,000 vehicles into the Ministry of Transport licensing office, because a lot of the satellite licensing office, they say we get a 6-month moratorium. Some of them will only open in the last 2 weeks. They're playing smart with stupidness, you know. But I want to invite Trinidad and Tobago. I want you, anytime you see a government vehicle or a state vehicle and it appears older than 5 years, take a picture of the license plate, take a picture of where the inspection sticker should be. Because we need to say, level the play field in this country, and the Progressive Empowerment Party is here to make sure that all of the people, I just realized I don't have to have on these headphones right now, that all of the people of Trinidad and Tobago are treated with dignity and respect. We stand by the national anthem. Here, every creed and race finds an equal place, and we will ensure and make sure that that is in fact the case. Yes? Sterling Leha raising the issue, inspection centers. What's going on in the inspection centers? Were they open for the 6 months? Because if they were not open for the 6 months, if one was closed and you issue a ticket as grounds to challenge in a court to sue the state. And the state has to understand that it has a responsibility more than collecting taxes to make sure that they treat the public fairly. So instead of trying to send 800,000 people to be compliant by January 1st, the thing that should have been done was bring the insurance industry into the thing. That no insurance company can insure any vehicle
without the inspection.
Without an inspection.
Yes, common sense thing, Trinidad.
Simple maths. Simple maths. Because you don't need a $5,000 charge. You don't need a $5,000 charge for failing to get inspected when you already have an insurance law. Where you already have a law that you can't drive a vehicle on the road without insurance. So if you can't get insurance and you get caught, that has an onerous fine to it by itself.
Right.
Because driving an uninsured vehicle is against the law. So why didn't they, in their abundance of stupidity, attach the law, the license, inspection
to the insurance?
So that when you're going to renew your insurance, the insurance company is going to ask you for a copy of the inspections.
That's right. Where they can file it on their system.
They have no choice, right? Because they have to.
Exactly.
So because if you don't have one, they can't insure you.
They can't insure you. No-brainer thing. No, Trinidad and Tobago, did you hear that? And this is a man we are paying as citizens of this land to do a job and do it efficiently. Rohan
Senanan know how to pack melangen and juice in a grocery. Rohan Senanan don't know how to run a Ministry of Works and Transport. Rohan Senanan is not trained for that.
Boy, none of them.
Suzette Lower, who trying to get into the PNM and the UNC or anywhere that will have her, they're asking for qualifications. Suzette, baby girl, ask Rohan. Ask Rohan for his qualifications. Ask him what he qualified to do. Pack grocery shelf. Display roasted nuts from holiday foods. Ask him. That's he work. That's his job. Foodmasters supermarket from Tunapuna. That was him. Make a nice investment in the PNM and get himself a ministry. That is what's going on. That is your Minister of Works and Transport.
Job for the boys.
Come up with a plan that have no plan. It's like a centipede with no legs. It's on the belly. Can't go nowhere.
No, but,
Can't go nowhere.
but aside from that, Philip, what you just talked there concerning that
jokes and jokers. No, I wanna the reason I shine a little light on the selfie queen is all of them rushing to go online. All of them, I'm telling you, I go expose all of them. All of them rushing to go online to buy masters. You have a masters in this and a masters in that, but you're selling clothes in Kirep. You're selling clothes all your life, but you have a master's in political science. How? Yeah. How you get that? Where's your mastery? A cobbler is telling you have to be a cobbler. You have to be a cobbler's apprentice for 10 years before you could be considered a master. You have to be a mason apprentice, mixing cement, toting blocks for 10 years before you could be considered a mason, much less a master. Carpenter, you need to be sawing wood. You need to be planing wood and learning joints before you could consider yourself a carpenter, much less a joiner. A joiner is a master. But all you who run in Lockjack School, all you who run in School of Accounting and Management and buy 9 months to become a master are waiting for your election because I am an intellectual. I have addressed all of the issues in this country and we're going to bring more. By the time elections roll around, I will also be a published author. I have written millions of words, and this is not a beat my chest. This is to draw a line in the sand. Irani Ramuta, I'm waiting on you. Come on the campaign trail. Don't sit behind computer screen and snipe so Faris could rub your head and give you a state brief. Come back to this issue. Come back to this issue. This issue here about this inspection sticker. Yeah. They play smart with stupidness in this country.
Right. That is right.
This is not about making cars roadworthy. This is about fiddling around inside people's pocket to get money again. This government don't know how to operate this country. Call members.
I like you say cars being roadworthy. Is the road worthy for the car to be driving on to begin with?
Stick up in there. Huh? Stick up in there because some lawyer, if there was one lawyer in this country that was civic-minded and patriotic, would sue the state to account for the gas tax, for the road tax that they collect in the gas.
That's right.
What's done with that?
Yeah. Where that money
what is done with that?
Because the road, if you go outside right now, look right in front.
What
right
is done with that?
The station, you look at big hole.
The allocation of petroleum dealer licenses. Who gets gas stations? How do you come up with that? Jean Miles lost her life in this country for raising a gas station racket that's still alive to this day. That UNC share out petroleum dealer licenses for friends and financiers and former candidates. All of that coming out in the public space. Because you all think that you have an idea of the level of corruption and madness that takes place under both of those parties. You see, when people messaging me, Philip boy, you just talk thing and it's hit me in the stomach. A man messaged me, he said, I opened my business 5 years ago. I representing a brand. The brand messaged me from Europe and they invite me to come up to Europe and meet with them. They are giving me the distribution in the Caribbean. I go to my bank to talk foreign exchange. My bank tell me that they have no foreign exchange to give me and that my account is not yet 5 years old, so they can't give me no credit. But people importing fireworks in this country, warehouse full, where they get any foreign exchange? Where that foreign exchange coming from? Certain 1% businesses in this country, shelf never empty. But small businessmen in Trinidad and Tobago, crying, bawling, people who have children overseas, going to school, can't get money to pay for their personal hygiene products. They can't get money to pay for the rent and the food, children starving because they can't get US. Where are these people getting it from? We have to expose all of that. You raise the issue of the condition of this nation's roads. We are one of the smallest countries in the Caribbean, but we have the most resources. We have the largest pitch lake in the world in Trinidad and Tobago. One of the smallest countries in the Caribbean. We have the largest pitch lake in the entire world. We collect on every gallon of gas sold a road tax that is supposed to pay. Cathy Joseph saying euros short too. Cathy, the bank's telling you, you need to buy US first and then convert it to euros, as if we weren't mad enough already. But you put a contractor, turn engineer, turn lawyer into your minister of finance. That is the madness of Trinidad and Tobago. And all them political prostitutes out there lining up behind them and trying to play, oh, I impartial. Impartial, my half red behind. I remember on the radio. Impartial, Or you couldn't be impartial if you jump up and bite all you. And the truth of the matter is, we need to expose, and that's all I'm going to do, you know. I'm going to expose everybody's agenda because mine clear. Mine clear. I see the contract mafia for what it is. I see the abuse of the state, of the people, by contracts being awarded to 1% friends and financiers of both the PNM and the UNC. I see those two political parties as tribally divisive, has broken the country into race. A nation of 1.4 million people, where 800,000 are grandchildren of Africa and India, fighting each other politically so that they think that they could eat, when all they're doing is playing political musical chairs, while those behind those two parties plunder and pillage this country to the tune of trillions of dollars. And we're distracted and talking foolishness and nonsense. But this show, this movement, everything that we do will be about undoing and redoing Trinidad and Tobago to a real functional democracy where every creed and race finds that equal place we talk about.
Yes. Yes.
It is time to sue the state over the conditions of the roads. If this was a real country, if the people weren't divided by race and apathy, because you see, over the 56 years of if you're in black, you're represented, or if you're Indian, you're not represented, the other races stepped off. And unless you are financing the PNM and UNC and have a vested interest, you're not going to line up in the sun and the rain to vote because you see your vote as useless. We need to change that.
Yes.
But because people are divided by race and apathy, you can't tell them this morning, no road, no tax. But if this was France, no road, no tax, and everybody in the road, everybody would come out. But we are not country first in this country, Tony.
Yeah. Not country first at all. You're absolutely correct.
The issues that we stand up for and make noise about is not that we care about country. It's because everybody who involved in politics right now looking for a way and an end to see how they could make their personal fortune better.
It's about self. That's what it comes down to. It's about self.
And why the PEP, if all they get in, they all have a thief too? If that is what we were interested in, we'd have joined the PNM and the UNC.
Exactly.
Because them already set up the thief.
Exactly, Trinidad and Tobago. Understand that we don't need to go through what we're going through here for the last 2 years. Men having sleepless nights and trying to be a target by the 1%ers, financiers, the sycophants, and all these people.
The amount of work that has been done to build this part the way it is right now. On the 19th of January, the Progressive Empowerment Party is doing two things. You didn't remind me to remind you to remind me. Trinidad and Tobago, the Progressive Empowerment Party is doing two things on the 19th of January this year. We are celebrating our 2nd anniversary as a political party. And we are opening our South Regional Office on the 19th of January, and the whole of Trinidad and Tobago and the wider Caribbean is invited. We will have refreshments, entertainment, secured parking, and some seating. Get there early. We are going to set a pace for all of them, because I want to ask the United National Congress this morning, they go Martin West, they go Martin Northeast, and they go Martin Central. Where are your office? None. Where's your office in Port of Spain East and Port of Spain South? None. Where are those offices? You do not care about those communities. You do not think that you could win, so you send no representation. So the people are left playing a game of is PNM or nothing in those communities. Yeah. And that is the madness of the electoral process in Trinidad and Tobago. Our politics is divided by race, segregated by region. But for a few marginal seats, the conversation decided. Well, we have to change that. We have to make every seat marginal. Laventille West, you will never get representation until you marginalize yourself. Laventille East, you will never get representation until you marginalize yourself. Marginalize yourself means that they don't know who you're voting for. You might vote A, you might vote B, you might vote C. They don't know. So everybody inside of there trying to work with you to woo you, this is what representation is. Somebody say all of them just make promises. Yes, that's the job. Your job is to make sure that they keep their promises.
Exactly.
When a man tracking a woman,
exactly,
it's chocolate and flowers and dinner and opening door and closing door and how are you, baby? Calling you during the morning. How's your morning today, baby girl? Everything is nice. You're comfortable. You're happy.
We know how to do that,
right?
We know how to do that.
Know how to do that.
Yeah.
But once you have her, she had to call it. Hey, today's my birthday. Yeah. Scrambling. You're scrambling. But that gift, it coming from Amazon. They're running late. It's them, not me.
Hey, like, I have some experience in that.
You know what excuse that me? If the political party that you vote for knows that you're going to vote for them, they have no work to do. Them go pass through.
Yeah.
Rudal Monilal go pass through or push east and rub all your head and all they go wave flag and cheer. But they have nothing to get. Nothing to get. When the flood had happened, not this flood, the flood before, because it's too big flood in the last 3 years, I went down filming. And in Orapuch East, across the road from the Member of Parliament office, there's a river. And at the bottom of the river, there's a clump of bamboo that grow out of the river 30 feet above the road. My estimation is that clump of bamboo growing about 5 years now.
Yeah, yes.
It take root in the concrete drain.
Imagine that.
Under the People's Partnership, there was a local government minister, an actual local government and a regional corporation. There was a minister of works and transport, and there was a minister of water courses. And in them 5 ministries and organizations of state, all of which are heavily populated and staffed, all of them have operational costs and budgets. None of them had responsibility for moving that clump of bamboo from the river in Orapujis. And that is the point I want to make. When you walk down Charlotte Street, you want to cuss. Charlotte Street nasty. Joel Martinez is the mayor, and his job as mayor is just to keep PNM politicians happy. Joel Martinez's job is not I tell Trinidad and Tobago, the Progressive Empowerment Party will clean up the promenade. We will put toilets. We said last year on the radio, and it caused a stir. Last night I hear Martinez on TV talking about cleaning up town. All you're late. And all these jokers, because if it take the Progressive Empowerment Party, they come and tell the people, this is what you are supposed to be entitled to. Every night at midnight, they're supposed to have vehicles driving up and down every street in Port of Spring, spraying high pressure, wash down, wash down, I'll bleach,
correct.
I'll something to kill all the smell.
But that's what they do in New York. New York, you see it in Manhattan every day as a 24-hour rule. It's around 2-3 a.m. in the morning when there's the least amount of traffic in the city. These people have these vehicles with pressure washers spraying down the roads and sidewalks. Because if you have bums peeing on the side of the road, I mean, really, you're coming to Port of Spain, that's the first thing you're greeted with, is piss on the side of the road.
We went to do all the protests with Errol Fabian. You were there for that?
Yes.
Remember when we park up by the opposite Republic Bank, and there is a smell of urine that assaults you. It's not just bad, it's horrendous.
Our capital city.
That's our capital city. Opposite the financial district is Republic and Royal, and all of them park up right there.
Okay.
And the first smell that hits you is an assault of stale piss. And you're trying to tell me that Joel Martinez can have corporation employees drive. Let me tell you something. It'll take you an hour driving east from Hyatt to the cathedral, round the cathedral, an hour driving west, from the cathedral back to the Hyatt, hosing down. If you have a big tanker truck with you, that you're full with bleach and water, you're coming there nice. Because when you're done, everything clean, you can eat off the floor.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
I coming into a cruise, docking in Port of Spain.
Anthony Sinanan saying streets are vacuumed and power washed in Toronto.
You see what I mean?
Tell me, you're coming into Port of Spain.
You're coming to Port of Spain as a tourist on one of them cruise ships. As you come off the cruise ship, you walk through the lobby at the Hyatt into Port of Spain. The first set of breeze hitting you, right? Like you see.
Does you smell of Trinidad?
Piss.
They say Hong Kong, when you land in Hong Kong, you smell money. Money.
Imagine that.
So when you land in Trinidad, you smell piss.
And it's real, Trinidad and Tobago. It's so real.
They have some countries that take their people so seriously. You know that Subway, the restaurant? They actually have this thing where when they build a restaurant, they design it so that they could pipe the smell of baked bread out. Now that's not from their oven, man. that's a different thing. That's just piping the smell of baked bread, because their bread don't smell like that.
Yeah.
But it's to fool you and draw you in. All of those things. I mean, I just giving you that as an example, that you could have the nation smelling like roses if you wanted.
Yeah.
We have a regional corporation, a Ministry of Local Government, and a Ministry of Works, and none of them can be responsible for cleaning the streets of Port of Spain. We can have Woodford Square and Lord Harris Square and Independence Square with some nice jasmine plants and Lady of the Night. Those things smell beautifully, naturally.
Yeah.
When you pass a jasmine hedge, my God, you want to sit down there and spend the night.
There's it.
Instead of that, we have an assault on the senses of piss and homeless body odors. Deal with the issue of the homelessness. The Progressive Empowerment Party, we met with Kamla Prasad Bisesa and her then Minister of Silly Walks, Minister of the People, Glenn Ramadan Singh. We met them when the Parliament was in the Red House, and we have pictures to prove. And we handed them a document called the Second Chance Foundation. We said, don't fund us, don't let us do it, you do it. Go and treat with the homeless. There are 3 reasons science tells you for people being homeless: drugs, mental illness, or people just fall through the cracks and couldn't make it, and they lost everything. A man, I was speaking to a man, we do this, we've been treating with the homeless at the Jericho Project for 2 decades, and this guy was telling me, he said, boss, my family had an illness, a critical illness, a member of the family, and it took everything that we had to extend her life. She still died. She still died, but by the time the recession came, I had lost all of my ability to survive, and I end up outside here homeless. He said they have nothing that you could prepare yourself for that first night that you have to sleep out in the open, not because you choose to, but because you have no choice, because you've lost everything. And listening to his story, and I have plenty of stories like his, and it is the function of government to secure and safeguard the well-being of all the citizens, but the government doesn't do its job. So he is outside there broken. We spend $5 billion a year on public health, and it's not enough to cover the people of this country who need help in times of critical illness. And this guy had to lose everything, because for our loved ones, we will sell body parts to make sure that our loved ones are taken care of. So this man did what he was supposed to do and ended up losing everything and homeless. The guy who used to beg by Green Lantern was a popular barber. He ended up drug addicted. He was a very successful barber. He ended up drug addicted. New Life Ministries that has done marvelous work up at the rehab center in St. Augustine, Mount St. Benedict. That's going on over 2 decades now. If we wanted to, because we have about 5,000 homeless people, you know, and if we wanted to, a proper Second Chance Foundation, we outlined for them and gave them all the details. How you pick up the people and you do an evaluation and you identify who are mentally ill. We don't even have a system in this country, Tony, to deal with the issue of mental illness in Trinidad and Tobago. We have none. We treat that, what goes on at St. Anne's is like something straight out of Hitler's follies. It's like something straight out of World War II. We are in the 1940s. We're doing shock treatment still and pumping people up full of chemicals to sedate them. We don't even have an idea or a plan how to manage and treat with people with mental illness. And mental illness is one of the things that are on the rise. In fact, mental illness is the leading cause of drug addiction and drug abuse leading to homelessness.
Yes.
So we put all of them in the same category, and we don't understand and we don't treat with our people because we're not trying to understand the drivers. We're in a country where all we good at doing is shaming people. If you end up homeless, but they have a saying, and I remember the first time I saw a vagrant, I was a young boy, and I was talking to my father about it, and he said, there go I, but for the grace of God. And no matter what you believe, life is about chance. Life is about chance. In 2008, I got in a horrendous accident that cost me $300,000 and 6 months out of my life. And I've been thinking over the years, because that's 10 years ago that happened. And I was thinking, if when I was going to open my vehicle, I had dropped my key, I had to bend down and pick up my key and stand back up to open my vehicle, that would have been enough time for that truck to miss me. Life is like that. Wrong place, right time.
Yeah.
And everybody who walks around judging each other and shaming each other, not realizing that there you could be in a heartbeat. All you need to get, you think you're big now, you're rich, your house, you have $2 million in your equity in your house. I have a friend, he was an importer of equipment for all the gyms. His father got a critical illness tomorrow morning. You wake up tomorrow morning with a pain that you didn't have before. My neighbor, he and I share a wall. I know his family well. He owned a store in West Mall that all of this had to sell. He was in the gym, vibrant, energetic guy, mid-40s. He's going away to Miami. He tells me, the last thing he says, when I come back, we're to talk, we had plans for some stuff that was happening in the community. And he said, when I come back, we're to away the next day. And his sister called me. And in a routine medical, stage 4, metastasized to the bone. There was nothing that could be done. Within 4 days, his kidneys had failed. So he couldn't even have liquid water. Nothing. He used to beg her to just rub ice. She said she sneaked when the doctor wasn't there and give him a glass of water. It passed out to him as blood because he had no kidneys to deal with it. And she said she watched her brother shrink to nothing and die. This vibrant, energetic man, the family was in shock that it was so quick. These are well-off people. There was nothing they could have done.
No money could have helped you.
And the point I want to make again is that you never know how quickly. Stop judging. We need to stop judging one another about our circumstances. When they say it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a village to keep all of us standing up.
Yeah.
I could be fantastic today and have a problem that I'm addressing tomorrow, and you right there to help me, so that when you have your problem, I'm here to help you. We have to make sure a lot of these people who are living homeless, and I went a long circuitous route to come back to this, that it is the function of the state to use state dollars to ensure that nobody is homeless, that everybody has a chance at life. You could build starter homes in this country for under $100,000. The average person doesn't need more than 900 square feet of space. 900 square feet of space gives you 2 bedrooms, a living room, a bathroom, and a kitchen. That's all you need as a starter home. If your family exceeds the need for 2 bedrooms, then you grow beyond that.
Right.
We're supposed to have a housing policy that makes it possible for people to buy a home, or start a home for $100,000. If you build with existing material now, and you take off the VAT and the duty and the import taxes and all the other stamp duty and everything else that people pay, the interest on a bank loan is 100+% of the cost of the money that you use to buy a mortgage. Is onerous, usurious. A mortgage in Trinidad and Tobago, the rates that they charge for a 20-year mortgage, by the time you finish paying for the house, you've paid for it twice plus.
Yeah, twice plus, 2.5 times. Yeah.
The state have the ability through Unit Trust, First Citizens Bank and Home Mortgage Bank to make it possible for the average person to own a home, and the state's supposed to be in the business of making sure proper $100,000 starter homes in starter home communities are created so that people could buy and own their home. When you have citizens buying and owning their homes, all of a sudden families start to function again, because you're home raising your child.
Yeah.
You have bills to pay. You have no time to be drunk on the avenue dragging your hand in the drain, because tomorrow you have to pay your bills, and it's serious business. And when you give people hope and opportunity that way, give them those chances at life,
Mentality change.
the whole society changes.
Yeah.
On a street that has 20 houses, if 18 of those houses are owned by the people who live on that street, no drug block or gang house can open there.
Correct.
Those people protect their investment.
Correct.
And they will make sure that law enforcement have their numbers, and they have law enforcement numbers, and that the regional corporation representatives and the councillors know their names. Come in my street, fix this. But we are never going to happen. That's never going to happen as long as we have a transient population who are at the mercy of landlords and renters.
Yeah.
We have no policy, no plan from nowhere. If you look at the conditions of the average person, I can walk in a place, I can watch a security guard, I can watch a person working behind the counter in a restaurant, I can tell you the whole life of the rest of their life. At the SCA exam time, if your child go Fatima, you have a better chance if your child go Mokorapo.
Yeah.
And you should not be able to predict your child's future based on one random exam.
Correct.
A stomach ache could make you fail that exam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mommy and daddy fight last night and daddy pack and leave the house. You ain't thinking SCA. And for all your potential, you know, and all of these issues, all of our issues are socially mismanaged issues.
Yeah.
All of our issues.
And if that is addressed, we are on the road to recovery. That right there, that one area, our social issues as a nation, if a big portion of our attention were placed there, Philip, right there. That's why I say personally for me, I had voted the UNC when Kamala was running for office. And I just figured that as the first woman prime minister, a woman who's supposed to identify with giving life in itself, would have realized that the emphasis was to be placed on our social issues as a nation. And for me, this is what pushed me over the edge in believing this woman just don't care. She's not putting the agenda of the people first. It's
Tony,
about the financiers and everybody else
but
behind those doors.
Absolutely. And I want to tell Trinidad and Tobago this, right? Because you don't have to vote for me and Tony and the Progressive Empowerment Party. You can forget us altogether.
Yeah.
But go to the political party that you think that you support and ask them this. Ask them if this is correct. Ask them if this is true. See what they say. Because I can give you the science to back it up. The government's first job was to ensure that people could get a job. There must be jobs.
Correct.
That's the government's function. The government can't come to you and tell you why all they are working and they have no jobs in the community. The government's job is not to report on the status of society. The government's job is to manage the society. That's the government's job.
But if the government has one of the mechanisms, key mechanisms of government is taxation. You don't think one of the main agendas for government is to ensure the entire population working?
But Tony, legislation and taxation manages the country, you know. You use legislation and taxation to manage behavior. You don't need taxation to run a country, you know. 40% of our income now, not counting fines and other charges, but 40% of what the government considers as income is actually taxation against the people. It's like a casa in a casino. It's left pocket to right pocket.
Yeah.
It's not development money. Development money is money that comes from the country, from outside, from the proceeds of work that the country does.
Right.
This government and the last government, devoid of the capacity to understand what is required to do that. The government's first job is to come to the people and say, we have 1.4 million people in this country, 200,000 students, 200,000 is under the age of 15, 1 million jobs. That's our goal. 1 million jobs. 1 million jobs. And list all the ways. Here, the first thing a Progressive Empowerment Party government would do, all of our ambassadors and high commissioners will have one work. Sell Trinidad to the world or bring foreign direct investment to Trinidad. If you can't do either, fire yourself. Because we don't need you clinking glasses in fancy coattails on behalf of Trinidad and Tobago. If I want to talk to the Queen of England, I could FaceTime her.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I could
Direct.
call, I am the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, I could call Trump.
Yeah.
I could call because they want to call me. I don't need an ambassador, but you could have in the world an ambassador for the Americas, an ambassador for Europe, an ambassador for Africa, an ambassador for Asia, and an ambassador for the United Nations. 5. Hundreds of millions of dollars maintaining high commissions and ambassadors that we do not need. That is just jobs for the boys.
Yeah.
Sending Orville London to London is the equivalent of sending my neighbors 2 parakeet complete with their cage to London. At least they would make pretty music. Over London only going to make stupid noise.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the capacity to understand what is required as an ambassador or high commissioner to build a bridge to the development of everything that government does. Every single thing that government does. Everything. must redound to the development and the benefit of each and every citizen in the country. And if it is not doing that, fire them.
Yeah.
Taxation and legislation is the mechanism by which government manages public behavior.
Right.
All of those people, Irani Ramuta, Suzette, all of y'all who think your little master's degree, listen and learn, because you don't know these things. And this is what is wrong with Trinidad and Tobago. Plenty talking heads, plenty people who feel that you could read a book and you could grasp and you could talk, but you have no idea of what is required to properly operate a country, build it from the ground up. This is how it is done. If a government comes to office who understands that the well-being of the citizens is the function and purpose of government, the reason for government. If you are the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago and you need blue lights, I watched them stop people. I didn't know who it was. Just now when I was coming to the station, 2 outriders, 2 police jeeps, a Mercedes-Benz and a Prado. To get who where in this dot? If our people are in a mad rush to fight and kill its leaders, we're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Our people are supposed to be living in joyous harmony.
Yeah.
We in the tropics, the American dream. Do you know that the last line in the American dream? Own a home, get a nice job, own a home, nice car, beautiful wife, 2.5 kids. You know the last line? Retire to the Caribbean. You believe that? That's the American dream. Retire to the Caribbean. I tell a man, I say I start off where you hoping to get to. I already here.
Yeah.
This country's supposed to be a joyous, blessed paradise.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be walking around in short pants and Bermuda shirts all day.
You see what's going on here? Yeah.
They've made a mockery and a mess of the most blessed country. This is Eden.
Correct.
This is Eden. Adam and Eve would have lived here. Trinidad have everything good going for it. And we've kept electing to office charlatans like Keith Rowley, who doesn't understand. He in the parliament 31 years. You're trying to tell me the people of Bagatelle, Rich Plain, Mason, Factory Road, La Puerta, Sanganga, Scorpion, Abi Pujad, Big Yard. You trying to tell me St. Peter's, Point Cumana, those are the poor communities in Diego Martin. When Keith Rowley was talking about where he was going to get his votes, he talked about Glencoe and Bayshore and Westmoreland and Goodwood Park, because Keith Rowley doesn't understand his community. He doesn't understand where the needs are. Drive up in Big Yard in Caranage. The entire 1% goes down the islands from Yacht Club or Yachting Association or Power Boats, and they drive down Western Main Road, Caranage, and they watch those streets running up north, up the mountains, and they don't understand the level of frustrating poverty and squalor that is contained, that getting a OJT and a CPEP and a URP to buy a half pack of Du Maurier and a nipper rum, that's not how you run a country. All of those people, you take those same people, you build a marine university in Chagaramas, you teach people engineering and boat building and ship rigging, and you teach them how to make sails. You provide finance that when people come out of that with a master's, when you have an internship and an apprenticeship program and they come out of that with a master's, and you give them the opportunity to open marine, because this is the only Caribbean island outside of the hurricane belt, so that we're supposed to be dominating the world right now in pleasure craft, right here in Trinidad and Tobago. When hurricane season come in, they should all come here and say, hey, fix this, fix that, boom, 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 billions of dollars in Trinidad and Tobago. Just that will suck all the idle labor out of Caranage, all of it. Keith Rowley is their member of parliament. In 2015, I ran against him as an independent and put out a manifesto. And in that manifesto, I detailed the purpose of a marine university. The sycophants and the PNM supporters don't understand. And they will fight you for saying that their representative failed them. But they don't understand that if what they build for them as a fish market in Karanaj is a fishing community, they should have built a fish processing plant in Karanaj to give those people the opportunity to go the next level. Stop treating the people like hustlers. Eric Williams said they will stop being drawers of waters and hewers of wood, but what are they? What did you do to them? What is the condition of the average person in Diego Martin West? And you could go Siparia in Kamla community and see the same thing. Because Kamla say she come to politics bundling Baji and Bodhi. The UNC had 5 years and 6 months in office to undo the madness that John Rahal do to Karani Limited. She had 5 years and 6 months to divide all that land per acre, keep it as the state's land and make it available to small farmers, entrepreneur farming, and give them the support that they needed. They have 7,000 farmers on a list right now at the ADB, waiting on land to use to start to grow food. But as long as Hadco and Amco and Massey and ADB, was it company in the East, ADB, as long as they Arima Discount Mart, as long as they continue to hold the ADM, all of them continue to hold the import of food in this country in their hands, we will never survive as a nation. We just talk two things here: making farms available to the people, making farming, creating 41 retail and wholesale markets in all the constituencies, open 7 days a week. So farmers could come and sell, so that you could rotate. A man tell me, well, it's not all 7 days they have things to sell. I say, no, but you're not gaining a store, you're making a space available. So he will apply and say, I would like to get a space available to sell my shatain and my baji for 3 days next month. Right, you mark his days down, you stall 4, those 3 days are yours. Stall 4,
somebody else fill the other
and
days.
when you not there, somebody using stall 4.
Simple.
Our education system has dumbed our people down, where you teaching them how to come in out of the rain and they don't even understand that. They don't even understand that. Housing, jobs, cost of living, education. We spending $9 billion on national security that we don't have to spend. If housing, jobs, cost of living and education were the #1 priority of any government come to office. But they're not doing that because they want to enslave the people. They want to, and it is not them. The PNM and the UNC are simply puppets to the contract mafia. The contract mafia want people in this country assembling sandwich in Subway, packing dinner box in KFC, and twirling baton for amalgamated. This country have more people considered security guards, police, army, coast guard than it needs. This is supposed to be a blessed, peaceful, loving nation. We just boast carnival, but we killing one another. 500 a year.
Look, the first day didn't make 24 hours yet, and we had one. Two? Yesterday? Huh? Look at that.
A woman come on the church named Ramona Singh saying, don't target Kamala, is Rowley in charge. You have to target all. Kamala is the opposition. Collectively, they are the government. The foolishness that has passed as government in this country for the past 56 years, you have to lay it at the feet of everybody who was ever in office. Kamala come out of office and public health is a shambles. Spent how much? $30 billion. Kamala, who was a minister of education, come out of government as prime minister. $30 billion spent on education. It's still a rotted mess. Kamala spent $50 billion on national security and they're still killing one another. Listen to me, This is about Kamala and Keto. Let's stop all your foolishness. Put country first.
That's right.
If you're a Kamala or a Keto supporter, come to me, I'll pay for your plane ticket, pick a country, leave. We need people in Chantabeg who care about the management of this country. Fire Kamala, fire Keto, fire Pandey, fire Manning's memory. Stop being fools and puppets of the 1% and the contract mafia. Think of the country. I want to hammer this home. Hammer it home. It is our responsibility as citizens to obey the law and to ensure that the government that we hire to do the job does the job. You imagine if a government comes to power with 4 goals: to bring the price of a home within the reach of a minimum wage earner as it exists. Now we're going to make the minimum wage a living wage this way. You don't raise nobody money. You're raising your money and you're raising the cost of living and you ain't going nowhere. So you're just spending more dollars for the same less value. If you make sure that a minimum wage earner, if a house is available at $100,000 and the government makes it possible for once you have a job, you can qualify for a loan, first-time homeowners up to $1 million, zero deposit, zero interest for 30 years. On $100,000, the mortgage payment is $500 for 30 years.
Minimum wage earner, he pulling in just
$22.50. $22.50 a month.
Yeah.
So a minimum wage earner who mopping the floor in KFC
Have a chance.
could take $500. The threshold in a bank is 40%. 40% of $22.50 is $850. $500 is your mortgage. You have room. You qualify for $100,000. The state have to make sure that housing stock is available. The state have to make sure that jobs are available. So when people talk about letting the Venezuelans, letting the Dominicans, letting the Nigerians, letting the gyros hustlers, yeah, sink the country. Sink the country. Have no plan, have no clue. Bring in 500,000 Chinese, no problem. Sink the country. When all of us up to our eyebrows bubbling, what happened? A lack of common sense. We've misled ourselves and allowed ourselves to be led astray. The state has a responsibility, an absolute responsibility, to make sure that everybody who wants a job could get one, and that everyone who has a job could own a home and feed their family and properly educate their family. Those four things, properly done, this country will right itself. And that $9 billion we're spending on national security, having people in army greens running around and jumping through hoops in shagaramas, we could end all that.
Yeah.
Our army should be homeland security, giving support to our Coast Guard in a nation with secure borders, so that you can't drive a pirogue or a boat up any river you choose, or park up on any beach and offload whatever cocaine or heroin or marijuana or guns or donkeys and cows or Venezuelan children. None of that. We see one video of 11 people jump off a boat. The commissioner of police said, "We get all." I don't believe that. That video was weeks old when you get it. I don't believe you all found them. As be all over this country and Venezuelans everywhere. I am very sorry. You can't be supporting Maduro in the nonsense he's doing and then taking on the consequences of his failure. We have a country to run. Yeah. Trinidad and Tobago need to make sure that we have the capacity to take care of our people first. That's our job. Because you will dislodge our people. And people say, what about Trinidadians who are going to America? Same thing. Donald Trump is saying the same thing now. We now have to deal with, it is 1 minute past 10 o'clock, and we have to give you that as a time check. Do we have any ads to run or anything like that? Satish is going to try his first ad run now, people. So stay with us. We're going nowhere. The show is going to continue until noon today. I am here with Wingman Extraordinaire, Deputy Political Leader of the Progressive Empowerment Party, Tony Defoe, and Satish Ramsaran, who has taken on the responsibility of our technical control. We'll be right back.
Disclaimer. More FM Limited, its owners and associates, accepts no responsibility for statements made by the talk show hosts or their guests. More FM Limited does not endorse any of the information provided during this commercially booked segment as the truth. That you have to judge for yourself. We, however, reserve the right to question statements made. But in this time of misinformation, government-controlled media, and corruption, it is sometimes hard to get the truth, but we must try. It is not our intention to discriminate or annoy anyone. We believe it is our constitutional right to free speech to voice our opinion, and our duty to the population and country to expose the truth. More FM Limited takes no responsibility for the opinions of others.
I wish I will sell and I
How much ads?
2, then a paid political program.
What is that?
What is it? Put there?
Don't run it. Oh, a paid political program, that's us. That's to say this is a paid political program. You know how to take the calls?
Yeah.
Both sides, right? Left and right?
Yeah.
You can take some calls when you're going, Tony.
Yeah.
And you'll manage the calls.
The man go there.
You will manage the calls, right? Hello, good day, and that kind of.
Come experience
Yeah.
the comfort, ease of shopping from your one-stop for variety. Look out for weekly specials. For further details, call 223-9715. Super quality, never beat on price.
Hey, this. I talk for hours straight.
Damn right, brother. Damn.
No, but seriously, budget lunch, Monday and Wednesday. But Satish, you come and run the program on a Monday and Wednesday? A serious, come be a part of the team. Felicia say we hearing you on the radio. While the ads play.
There's a fever in the air.
So, good talk. You were supposed to pull on the mics. No. Those three.
Trinidad and Tobago. M104.7 FM Carnival Fever is taking over TNT.
I am mic 2 and I am mic 3.
This is a paid political program.
I leave it.
M104.7 FM.
But next time he come. Yeah, so we're back inside. Satish is learning as we go. So Satish didn't pull down the mics. So let's hear what we just talk about when we go to break. We didn't say nothing bad about nobody, thankfully. Because you know we have the capacity. Anyway, to those of you all watching on social media, please do not forget to share the video. Let people know. I would like to say again, thank all of you who are listening. To those of you who joined us late, this is the first show of the 9 to 12, Monday and Wednesday, the Progressive Empowerment Party. We're going to be calling this show Pep Talks, and you are on the inaugural show. The chairman of the party, Felicia Holder, is telling me that you all were hearing us while we were gone to break. So you listen, you hear the kind of things we're talking about, right? Satish wants us to take him hired for lunch for how hard he working. So I know they have a fellow who sell doubles next door. He will go there for doubles next door. So we are going to be taking your calls if you would like to join the conversation. You hear what we're talking about. The issue is the management of the country. The question we have to ask is, based on all the issues that we're raising today, do you think Trinidad and Tobago is being properly managed by anything going on in the government, the cabinet, or the parliament? 628-9595, 628-3131, 628-3131, 628-9595, 628-3131. Those of you who want to send me a text or a WhatsApp, I will read it into the show, 682-2110. That is my number, 682-2110. Tony's number is
688-4012.
You can text us. Yeah, you go in anytime you get a call. Press it. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Morning.
Morning.
Where you going, man? I listen to you all the time, man.
Nice.
But boss, man,
Listening to you.
you listen?
Yeah.
Step
Manager,
away from the
turn on your radio. Turn on your
I
radio.
like what the program going on because I believe that this country needs management.
Management.
The political parties need.
Yes.
Somebody who love their country and manage their country.
Correct.
Because we cannot continue living like this.
Correct.
Too many people are dying in this country and too many people now paying a tax. Too many people live careless life. And the government can continue pressuring the people over and over. It is the same thing over and over, right? True.
Indeed.
There's something that the government going to stop. Somebody is going politics with their own idea and own style needs to move over the way and give the young people them a chance to progress this country.
Yeah.
All right, Navarro?
Yes,
You're
man.
very right. You're
Yes,
very
man.
right.
You talk.
And I listen to this gentleman all the time, and you know, some I see them from the government with me, but me not about party, you know. Me not about a better Trinidad and Tobago.
That's right.
Year. And all me ever want from Trinidad and Tobago is just a better Trinidad and Tobago because my youth them born here. And if I when we leave Trinidad and Tobago, we leave a better Trinidad and Tobago for them.
Yeah, man.
What's your accent? Caller, your accent. Where you from originally?
I'm a Jamaican.
Yeah, that's a nice accent. I want to practice that. Watch it. No, but you see, girls like that accent, you know. Girls like that Jamaican accent. Girls like that Jamaican accent. Bad, but I want to learn it. I want to learn it. You have to come and teach me. I want to learn that Jamaican accent.
You want to learn it?
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm going to tell you?
Mm-hmm.
Until we get some proper serious judge and serious lawyer in this country, I guarantee you all the government will change the attitude. Because I remember a few years ago when I was growing up, a light stopper give a man a ticket for a sticker. And the man took the light stopper to court and with him in Jamaica for the government to provide a bad road for him to face that with a new vehicle and give a sticker for a bad road. And then when the government in court to provide a bad road for his years,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I have to wake up this morning and think that we have a long line, people rushing and giving themselves a sticker.
Yeah.
Why the government tries to beat down the sticker pocket more and more? Come on, government, man, you need to ease up on the
Do a
people.
better job, man. Yes,
People
man.
coming out the Christmas problem, who didn't get a good Christmas?
Yeah.
This didn't make it for Christmas, I've come here, so I'm going to pay 5,000.
That's right.
For damage because you provide a bad road. Some lawyer in this country and some judge in this country will be fair and put the people first too.
Indeed.
It's about putting the people first.
Indeed. Well said, caller.
When you push the people, life is like a bubble. The more you put pressure, the bubble is going to burst.
Yeah.
When the
Correct.
bubble bursts, you have chaos in the street. And after chaos, you have something called anarchy. And when anarchy is over, it might as well, you know, rock up shop and leave.
I want to ask you,
Yeah.
how long have you been here?
And I'm here for President.
How long have you been in Trinidad?
How long I live here?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
You're sounding like you love this country more than the average Trinidadian. How long have you been here? Caller?
Hello?
I think we lose it. 628-9595, 628-3131. And that was a Jamaican man.
Yeah.
I like that accent.
The man showing.
I'm going to start to practice. 628-959. That sounds like a Nigerian. Hello, good morning. Please, when you call,
Morning,
turn
morning.
down your radio. Hello, good morning.
Why not call those people in this country and forget the country?
Hey, he's supposing he's a, watch me.
You know, man.
No, listener, man.
This country, where we come up from now.
But Jamaica doing well. Jamaica doing well. Jamaica, we used to laugh at Jamaica and Jamaica pass we. We used to laugh at Guyana pass we. We used to laugh at Grenada. Anyway, it's your call. Talk your talk.
How you good? How you good? Tell me. How you here?
Hey,
You go. Right.
yeah, man. Yeah, stay strong. 628-9595, 628-3131. Call in and talk your talk. Have your say. Have your say. We don't cut off callers unless they talking shippiness. 628-9595, 629. Just joking about that. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Happy New Year to you and everybody.
Yes.
Same to
Many happy returns.
Serious concern that would affect us if we don't take a stand. The petroleum assets and the oil refinery, the government intends to put it to bid internationally and we will lose our assets. Now the union has a very right proposal and they have two investors. And I think we should try to strengthen that proposal. And so if the union get it, and we employ the workers, we find we release the people of Trinidad and Tobago, we won't have the problem with the boatmen can't get gas, and the oil refinery has multiple.
Where's this proposal? All right, caller. Where is this proposal? Please tell them that Philip Edward Alexander and the Progressive Empowerment Party would like to invite all of them to join us on the radio at the soonest possible time to discuss this proposal. Yes?
Definitely.
All right, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Thanks a lot. 628-9595. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Philip Alexander.
Good morning, my
Morning,
friend.
sir.
How are you?
Mr. Tony.
How you good? Happy New Year.
I listen to you all the time you're on air. I hear you talk about Shaga Rama's coronage. I never hear you mention nothing about maritime and seafaring industry, which is an industry in Trinidad and Tobago that the most skillful people in that industry come out of the Carnage region.
But caller, you just hear me say, Bella Marine University in Chagaramas. But caller, you wasn't listening to the show. You just joined the show. I just talk about Bella Marine University in Chagaramas and Bella a fish processing facility in Carnage. You didn't hear that?
Proper thing.
Yes, you talk about that.
Call I talk about sail rigging and boat rigging and craftsman and engineering and ship and boat building. I'm talking about building a marine university. I say set up finance. So when interns and apprentices become masters, you could finance them to set up their own boat building and boat fixing business. You didn't hear me say that?
We have a university. We have Caribbean history. What you
We have a building, sit down there, right there, that is selling. UNC sell it, PNM sell it. That building, when you drive into Chagaramas, that you see, I don't know what it is now. They try to make it into a hotel under the People's Partnership, all kind of foolishness. Right there, that building, the Yankees build that with blue metal. I know more about Chagaramas than most people. And you could convert those two buildings and the waterfront in front of it, that they turn into this stupid water park, that you could have turned into a marine university. Where's your voice? Where's your feet? Come and walk with me and stand with me and raise your voice for these issues.
have a marine university.
Where?
I'm talking about.
Where is it?
What plans you have for young people getting into that? Right now they have free course running for young people. That is what I want to hear you talking about. Yes, we looking to...
Caller, that is a failed enterprise. I am talking about scrapping that nonsense and doing it better. I am talking about...
Carnage Fishing Depot is one of the best places to have a deep water fishing harbor that they could put all the processing things, all big vessels could come there and offload. This is the thing I want to hear you talking about, not just condemning or saying we should do that and we should do that. You should show the plans where we could do it and where we have...
Where do I find you to show you these plans? Because I had a live video for an hour and a half last night. I talking on social media all day. On the radio this morning from 9 to 12. I'll be in Stanmore Avenue from 12 noon till 5 p.m. this Saturday. I am available. You could call me, text me, WhatsApp me. You asking me about me. Where are you? We're not fixing this country. We're not fixing this country until all the people of this country stand together for a better country. As I said, I just now, I said today that I ran for elections in Diego Martin West as an independent. Where were you? I spent my money. I campaigned for a marine university. Keith Rowley there 31 years. Where were you? Where were you? We have to...
Listen to me, man. I am the president of a group for seafarers based in Carnage. Monday, the 8th of this month, we will have 8 years seeking the interest, uniting seafarers, bringing them together, stand up for a betterment in Trinidad and Tobago for seafarers.
Boss, could we meet you?
Over 25,000 seafarers who cannot get jobs, who foreigners come in here and taking all the jobs offshore and all above. So you are asking me...
I want to ask you a question. Take my number, write down my number, because Tony and I want to talk to you after the show.
We need to talk to you.
We want to meet with you, and we want to bring representatives of your organization on the station. Come on, talk.
That's right.
All right, you want to get my number?
Yes.
You take mine,
Take our number.
682-2110. My number is 682-2110.
Listen, let me give you the reason why I'm telling you take my number.
Caller, Satish. Oh gosh, now when people come and meet you. Satish, take his number. Satish is waiting to hear your number. 270-1924. What's your name?
1924.
270-1924. Shadow. And Shadow, you are the head of this team?
Yeah.
We come in to meet you
You
too.
hear me talking with Amar, you hear me...
No, I didn't hear this before, but you and I talking now. So we want to talk with you, yes? Thank you very much.
Anytime you want to talk to me, just call this number and I'm ready.
But we calling you. Richard Blaze is the chairman of Diego
him.
Martin. We're going to make sure Richard Blaze get involved in this conversation.
We are taking it. Right now we are doing outreach in the secondary school to empower the young people to let them
Now you're talking. That's what we want to hear. Save that number as shadow, Satish. Save that number as shadow. People, if you're trying to call me on 682-2110, now is not a good time to do that. We're taking texts, we're taking WhatsApps, but we're taking calls on 628. Shadow, enjoy the rest of your day, my friend. 628-9595, 628-3131. When you're calling, turn down your radio, please. Hello, good day.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning, sir.
Good morning. You're live.
Right.
Thanks for
So it's a little listen. I have traveled probably all the Caribbean countries and a good part of the globe also. And I could tell you, Trinidad dollar have absolutely no value nowhere in the world. Right? And we are a oil-rich base country.
Call it as a joke. Call it as a joke.
You would not believe
It is a joke.
the kind of disrespect you'll get when you start talking TNT dollar.
Yeah.
Just even in Grenada or St. Lucia on this place. And what should be even more alarming to the population in this country, we are a twin island state. And could you imagine that our dollar doesn't have the same value in Tobago? So Trinidad dollar doesn't even have the same value. Trinidad and Tobago dollar doesn't even have the same value that it deserves in the second sister island.
Kola, I wanna tell you.
We pay extra for it in our sister island. That just to show you that something is definitely wrong in this country.
Kola, I want you to hear me. I want to ask you a question. Our dollar, nobody could explain to me why a country this rich, our dollar would be 1/7 the US dollar. Nobody could explain that to me. And nobody could explain.
Our second currency in this country is supposed to be US dollar.
Our primary currency, our dollar is supposed to be.
Industry is supposed to be paid US. Because when we leave here and go, or when an expat come into Trinidad and work alongside an employee of BP or Repsol or Perenco or one of these oil companies, they are paid in US. We live in this country, work the same job, but we are not paid in US.
But I want to say that. But explain this. Explain this. Everything that we have in this country. Yes, caller.
This country that we accept this kind of
Yes, the only purpose for that TT dollar is so the banks could make money. Everything that we buy, everything that we sell is in US.
Do you know that if you're traveling in a taxi, a normal taxi in Grenada or St. Lucia or St. Vincent, one of them country, and you pay them with US dollar, they pay you back, giving you back change in US. You go to the gas station, it's the same thing. You would get any amount of US money that you want at the pumps. You could pay in US or you could pay in EC. And in Trinidad here, we have to go and beg for 100 US in a bank.
So I want to ask you a question. Wouldn't it then make sense if everything that we sell, we get paid US dollars for it, and everything we buy outside of Trinidad and Tobago, which is 98% of what we consume, we pay US dollars for it? Wouldn't it make sense then that we eradicate this 13% tax that the exchange from TT to US in the banks? Because the only place that you could use TT is in Trinidad and Tobago.
Exactly.
So but you don't need to be a rocket scientist. And I'm saying to you, explain to me how things that are advertised in the United States for $20,000 US, when it comes to Trinidad and Tobago, it's not 140,000 US, it's 500,000 TT.
Because how Neil and Massey and all these,
Gouging.
the mafia would get their
Gouging.
200%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I want to tell Trinidad and Tobago this, that 13% tax, that spread that they're paying you $6 when they're buying your US and selling it back to you at $6.77, that had a done.
And let me tell you something, it ain't gonna get better because when you see that majority of chunk of US that used to come into the economy from petrotrade, now whosoever have that US for themselves now. So that would not be in the economy, or the central bank would not be getting that piece of.
Kola, you make my heart happy this morning that we have Trinidadians that thinking. Listen, this Saturday at noon, we meet at 19 Stanmore Avenue. If you're available, come and meet with me. Let's talk. Yeah? You too, my friend. 628-9595, 628-3131. This is the team that they say was too sexy for TV, so they put us on radio. They say we're too sexy for TV. Satish fall asleep behind there because I see calls coming through and Satish not answering them. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Happy New Year.
Program, love the start, keep up your best now.
Thank you, my
Thanks a
friend.
lot, man.
Is Jeff going to contest 41 seats.
Brother,
Yes.
we gonna contest seats all up in Grenada. I telling you. This is a real political party. We everywhere. We like salt. We opening our office on the 19th in South. Then 2 weeks later, we opening in Tumpuna Road. And then we come in Barataria, then Central. The place that we yet to go is Tobago. And when we get to Tobago, when we land, when we touch down, the whole place shall down. You talk. It's your call. We have a space on Tampuna Road. And we opening Tampuna after San Fernando. Absolutely.
In about between 4 to 6 weeks. Look out for it.
Thank you, my friend.
This is our first running in the program or in the battle.
The man call it a run in. So brace. Let me put on my seatbelt. Go.
Let us say, in the first instance, Pep's initial victory is set to 12 seats. Are we sticking it alone, or are we even considering, or there is any momentum to go into the next 5 years?
If we get 12 seats, we will work in the opposition, but we propose we are standing alone. There are too much criminality in the PNM and the UNC. We cannot become what we hold in contempt. We cannot set aside our integrity. We believe that Trinidad and Tobago, we will demonstrate with any political power we get, we will demonstrate the power of political office to bring change in this country.
Now, Philip, that's exactly what COV had, and they compromised the integrity to go into office, and they lost that integrity. So this is why I'm asking this question.
Well, the ULF did the same thing first. The ULF compromised their integrity and joined the alliance with the DAC and the ONR. And they came out of that and formed Club 88, and then they formed UNC, which spit out the COP, which spit back itself. The COP never really left the UNC, you know. When Pandey called them knife and fork Indian, he wasn't holding back. Dukaran and the rest of them, when they left the UNC, they left in a huff in an argument. But like Pandey doing now, Pandey doing the same thing now with Michaela and that joke party, Fuad and Vasant and all them going to try and do the same thing. It's all about spin out and spin back in. The difference is the Progressive Empowerment Party is not a function or is associated with none of those organizations. We didn't come from them, and we have no intention of having anything to do with them.
We have a big ban on scratch balls. What is the definition of scratch balls? Why do these scratch balls need bans? Because they are decibel rating on these things. Any kind of good questions were asked about this bill. But you know why it did happen? Because everybody in the parliament is over 50 years, and scratch bomb was the problem back in the 80s.
Somebody tell them that Fire One Fireworks and the other importers don't import scratch bomb. Scratch bomb is coming through from Pirog and them kind of suitcase traders. The reality is all fireworks and all explosives that rate above 120, that is the rating, that is supposed to be injurious to animals and humans. Who's doing those testing? Who?
Exactly. Is the port stopping anything? Because the port has no training.
Brother, if you could smuggle in fireworks and scratch bomb, you could smuggle in bomb and gun and bullets. The truth of the matter is it is the same job to find any type of contraband.
That's right.
Yeah? Have a great day, my friend.
So, as you say, we're going forward.
Come and meet us this Saturday, 19 Stanmore Avenue. Come and shake my hand because you in Tumpuna Road, we need you on the team. All right.
Come down here. Have a
We
good
will
day,
see
bro.
you this Saturday. Yeah? 628-9595, 628-3131.
Good morning.
Those of you calling on the phone, please send me a text. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
Caller, I want to answer a question. If you go to a horse race, if you go to, and you spend your money and you go to a horse race, and when they announce the start of the race, you look in the gate and you see 14 jackals, you ain't gonna want your money back? You ain't gonna want your money back? You pay to go to a horse race and they bring 14 jackals to run. You wouldn't want your money back? You asking me today to rate the performance of jackasses in a horse race. I can't do that. That is science that is beyond me. I hear you. And we are coming to you and the public of Trinidad and Tobago and telling you all what is wrong, why it's wrong, how it come to be wrong, and what should be done, so that you all are informed, educated, and empowered. Let us move forward together and chase away all them jackass and put proper thoroughbreds in that horse race. You agree? 628-9595, 628-3131. Thank you, caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. I know you want to talk about a nice topic. I have something that happened a few days ago to a good friend of mine. He's 71 years of age and positive. But you know what was sad? Our minister of health, right, owes so much. This gentleman had to sit down in Shabona's health center. He went there sometime in the morning, maybe all that morning. He sat down there from 9 o'clock in the morning to 3 o'clock to get a stretcher, ambulance with a stretcher, to take him to Mount Hope. And they did not have the facility with the flap thing that they lied on because he could not sit down. So he waited there from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Sorry, till another shift comes in. And that nurse, whoever was in charge, had to call the fire service in Shabona to take him to Mount Hope for a stretcher to facilitate the ambulance. They have to take him out to get some help, care, and he died because of they didn't have time to save him.
You just call it to break my heart. Always break my heart every morning, every evening, every night. Every story like this breaks my heart. That we could live in a country that is spending $5 billion on public health, and that could be a story. That is insanity. How is his family dealing with that?
He's a gentleman,
But listen, he could have been a cussbud. He could have been a cussbud. He's a citizen of the country, and regardless of who he is, the state have a responsibility to treat with all of the citizens of this country with dignity and respect. That is a heartbreaking story. Only don't call me and tell me these stories now, man, because it's frustrating. No. Listen. Caller, no, but okay. Thank you. That just break my heart. I don't want to hear them stories. I reach all inside the court over this issue. Why are we accepting this? Manning, Pandey, Kamla, Rowley. We've spent in that 15 years almost $100 billion on public health. For that money, we could have buy Dominica, Antigua, Grenada, and St. Kitts. Turn down your radio caller. 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 Turn down your radio caller.
My wife in the hospital this week. Sunday. That is what you have to do in Monto. If take one, there is a thing. I see a woman lying on 2 chairs. My wife has been on 2 keys before she could get her bed. Right? I didn't have a big patient. Right? About 6 months now, we are getting I can't be a pressure, blood pressure. I tell you, that's how I went to visit somebody in the hospital. You know that thing. It's naturally smelling the wrong thing. Because I look in the hospital. Oh God, if you will,
sorry about that, Cole. Sorry about that. But you know what I had to ask Tony? Let me picture these headphones. You know what I asked? All of them, are they ready to stand up now for the country?
True.
You're calling me with these problems. You're calling me with these stories. You're calling me with these horror stories. You're hearing that we say we could... Listen, this is the solution. Take that same $5 billion, cut it in half. $2.5 billion will fund the creation and the setup of the decentralization of the public health facilities. Build 41 purpose-built public health centers, open 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, rotation, 3 on-call doctors per region. So they go Martin West, they go Martin Northeast, they go Martin Central, sharing the same on-call doctors. You have something called nurse practitioners that runs the emergency centers in all the developed nations in the world. Those are the people that are responsible for receiving and treating, stabilizing. And if they need something, if they need it more than they're capable for, they call out the on-call doctor and the doctor come and treat with it. But having 24/7 public health facilities, you could be working your 8 to 4 job and you need to go and get your food badge, or your child need to get a blood test, or you need to go and get your throat test. You could do it 10 o'clock in the night, 2 o'clock in the morning. We're talking about public health facilities with minor surgery suites. We're talking public health facilities that have the ability to hold and treat for 3 days with dedicated ambulances to the facility. We're also talking about decentralizing the ambulance service to every police station and every fire station in this country. We want to set a magic 15 minutes, that within 15 minutes of call, you're supposed to be within an emergency room. That includes transport and transfer. It is a level of insanity that we've allowed these people, and people still talking Kamala and Keith.
Yeah, well,
Your family dying. The entire public health system in this country is a rotted mess. I have friends who are senior doctors who are only taking contractor work because they're not interested in anything that's passing for RHA in this country. They have political parties begging them to serve and they say, no thank you, because you're not ready to do the job. What are we spending $5 billion a year on? You ready for a break? Or you taking call? 628-9595, 628-3131, yeah?
morning.
Morning, Philip.
Yes, caller.
Morning, me again. And that's why I told you already, you know. That's why they will never like you. Because you are telling the truth. And people nowadays like lie. Anything politicians say that is lie, that's what they like. People like you who's coming to deal with the truth, they can't deal with that. So they spread the propaganda, do all kind of things to mask you up. And I'm talking this one, I don't care who I'm with me, you know. Because me ain't favor nobody. I put in Trinidad first. Because at the end of the day, I have to me live. Trinidad me live, Philip. You understand me?
Absolutely.
Philip, I've been saying so much of money spending this little bit in the country. Nobody should have been crying out to ambulance service. Nobody should have been crying out to police service. But you know what? I come on the highway there every morning. I have an accident, mash up a flyover right at the end of 5 on Edinburgh coming from south. That piece of iron rail stuck up in the ear, tie up in the ear. You know, if a man make a mistake, Philip, that iron rolling two straight way cars.
But a young doctor last week. No, but a young doctor last week get cut in two. He run into one of that.
yeah.
Right. And I'm saying to myself, so many people clear. Them is engineer, and them is this, and none of them can stop. None of these highway problems we're having on the highway. You have some part of the highway, if you make a mistake and you skip it, you can't flipping over. Nobody else said that. Let me go and correct that problem there. Let me take that bed out of that car and put it down straight. But so many millions and billions. Philip, some people build a road in the back of the house when they're going down to Grove there, Philip. When a bypass road to take you out in the back of Central. Philip, the pavement road charge how much $1 million with 1 inch. A pavement, you go and check it yourself.
I'll go in and check it.
I
Send
know
some
what road
pictures.
you're talking about.
Send some pictures for me. Send some
I
pictures.
know what
for me.
road you're talking about, caller.
I believe the contractor will pave that road to come back and pave it out the bucket. You already got it.
But I want to ask you a question. The contractor is not the only one to deal with. The contractor is not the only one to deal with. You have to also deal with the person who sign off on the thing. You have to deal with the person who write the check.
Yeah.
The person who write the check to pay for 1 inch a pitch.
Correct.
Yeah?
Correct.
628-9595, 628-3131. We're taking a couple more calls. 628-9595, 628-3131. This country has been mismanaged from day dot. 56 years of corruption, mismanagement, incompetence. We are floating the sea rudderless. We're like a ship run adrift. Go. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
It's me again, right? Please, ambulance is just that piece of road talking about Shagos on the highway there. I think the 4 years day, there's some work struck from the power corporation in Shagos to put back the barriers there, right? About 4 years ago, when the accident started taking place, I asked them, I called a radio station and asked them, I said, why don't you put a signboard on a signboard stating that there's no shoulder process and there's a lay-by on the side to exit? Why don't you light up the place properly? so that we don't prevent accidents. A simple thing as the police and shop owners and the ballroom, and everybody is aware that many people died. You could check the census and how much people died on that piece of barrier there. It is never lit up. What we should do is make a barrier that could absorb a certain amount of shock so that we can take lives as we take lives.
Yeah, but Kola, it is not your job. It is the man who making the big money. There's a minister of works, there's an engineer. No.
And if we could invest something that's different, we could light up the area, we could put up a big billboard stating what it is up in front, and all of these things. And it's not happening at all. A simple thing, I was going out to Baratari yesterday, and I observed just before the one that's over there, the walk over there, after around where the next one is the walk over, as you go over there, just as the body walk over, that walk over is, they have an entrance directly to the left of, on the side of the walk over, to the left of the one of the lanes on the highway, which should be blocked off. Because as you travel about 200 feet in front, there is entrance, the whole entrance is over there.
Kola, I want to say this there, right? We spend billions of dollars every year on public works. There's a minister of public works. But he has that job because the voters put his party in office. The joker who used to do it before him, the voters put him. Our problem is our voting finger. We disrespecting it. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, but after your call, and the 3 other calls that call with the other solutions and the problems, people are going to forget what you're saying. It is what you're doing that's going to count. This Saturday, come and meet with us in Stanmore Avenue. You have an open mic. Make your suggestion, caller. Go.
Okay, I hear you. That's a lot.
All right. 628-9595, 628-3131. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Kenneth here.
Hi, Kenneth.
I noticed that there was a discussion in Parliament about the standards issue. It, however, appeared that the opposition, when they lodged their motion, they lodged it against the Bon Accord issue rather than the entire complex. And it appeared to be a side step of what was necessary to be discussed about the ongoing standards issue. And curiously, December the 27th, the government was on silence. So one expects we will be faced with a standards technical services agreement and a management contract in the near future. The government is already building out new sanitation facilities or extending the sanitation facilities in Milford, and I think somewhere close to the Buku complex. So this thing has gone under, and Challenger Beachwood found a legal document that talks about anything in that area being illegal. And these guys have gone undercover, it appears. And pretty soon what I expect is a modification of that law, and then to move forward in the standards issue, that I don't think they have stopped.
Very interesting information there.
Thanks a lot for that.
No,
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, Alpha Raymond seemed to have the front line on that, Kenneth. And to be honest with you, I don't want to go fighting up where somebody else is already engaged in the conversation. The Progressive Empowerment Party has to support, as you as chair of the advisory council would agree, we have to support what is right and what is being done properly and what is being said properly. So for as long as they have Afra Raymond, I think that you need to reach out to Afra and compare notes.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah?
I just thought I would put a stick up in there because...
No, absolutely. Do not take your eye off it, but I'm saying to you, compare notes with Afra. Yeah? Take care, buddy. 628-9595, 628-3131. Thank you for that dial tone. It's like I tell Stefan Rees last night, when you realize the Progressive Empowerment Party raised this issue about the inspection and insurance and everything, give Progressive Empowerment Party its peps, its props. We are responsible for that. If Alpha Raymond doing a job, good morning.
Hello, good day.
Good day.
Morning.
Yes, good day, gentlemen. Happy New Year.
And to you.
Well, yesterday I was driving to Morocco, look at the roads there, it's dilapidated. I realize no contractor, nobody is looking to fix the roads. It's getting even more dangerous. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not too sure when that road was paved. I don't know if it was from the US or whoever, but I realize no contractor or anybody within the recent government able to do anything to rectify the situation. I'm not too sure what is happening. They're going to wait till rainy season come around again and we get it dilapidates even further. So I'm not too sure what is going to happen at Maracas.
It's a cycle every year.
Thanks a lot for that, caller.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, my friend. They've completely destroyed Maracas Beach. Listen, this government could spoil hog food. Good morning.
Morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Let me identify myself. I am what you call a UNC supermarket. Mr. Alexander, you understand?
I'm listening to you, sir.
Is it possible that you could go out of the scammer position and join forces as a youth to make this country better? I will listen to you hopefully. Thank you very much, Mr. Alexander. I reject all the papers and I am a supporter of your doctrination. But it is not a party involvement and presence in this country. And I would like you to go and talk to the scammer position to make this country better. Thank you very much.
Caller, before you go, caller, before you go, you hearing me, caller? You gone? Hello? Alright, okay, I'm going to answer you. Caller, you say you're listening off here. My number is 682-2110. Caller, please send me, if you could, a text or a WhatsApp to that number, 682-2110, 682-2110, so you have my number and you and I can talk. I want to answer you carefully. I appreciate your support and I understand your fear, because in the past, all these two-bit third parties that come out, they spin out, like the DAC come out of the PNM, the ONR come out of the PNM, the COP come out of the UNC, all these parties spin to come back together and coalesce. But they've had 56 years to run this country and all they've done is run it aground. They've not made Trinidad and Tobago the first world nation that it was meant to be, and that we believe that for the first time we are building a real and proper political vehicle on strong capitalist democratic principles. We have philosophies and ideologies that are built on, like a rising tide lifts all boats, that once we treat with all the people of this country and leave no citizen behind, that we'll be able to fix this country. Our policies and programs are counterintuitive. They common sense. When you hear them, you say, but I always thought that. You have a voice now. We don't need to be joining up with nobody. What we need is you and everybody like you to come and claim this party. We need you to come and see what real democracy feels like. Come and sit in a public meeting. Every Saturday we have an open mic that you could come and you could join and talk your talk. And that's why we're on the radio now. And that's why the majority of our show is an open phone line. We don't know who call it, and we're just making sure that everybody have a chance to have their say. Yeah? Take some calls there, Satish. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Happy New Year.
Same to you.
Now, you all hit a lot of nails on the head. First of all, the finger. The mentality behind the finger. Problem number one. Now, I admire the way that you all coming and I just spoke that. Alright, before I say that, people will sit up in barber shop, bars, on the corners, even like one chatting on the phone for many years. You are seeing that there is a presence of common sense.
Yes.
But if you get 300,000 people thinking and speaking like us, without fear of victimization and stereotyping, because
let me tell you this.
People push people forward and just not in the shadows and see what happens.
No, but I want to say this thing, right? That fear.
That we could really reach to that magnitude, that mentality is really off Trinidad and Tobago. And not studying all right. Alright, look at the 70s. If these people didn't want out in the 70s, they would Trinidad and Tobago be now. People might not have jobs, they might have been still fighting up to try and get that job alongside people. So people made sacrifices for where we are now. So
So as you have the health and strength, don't wait till you get old. And when you had the health and strength to do what you could have done while you had it, you didn't do nothing. Don't complain.
I want to ask you a question. What constituency are you from?
Fun.
What constituency are you from?
I South Central Council.
Take my number, take Tony's number. We want to talk to you off air. We want you on board. We want to have a conversation. My number is 682-2110, 682-2110. Tony's number is? Yeah, Tony is
688-4012, 688-4012.
Now it's better you contact Tony 688-4. No, because Tony is in Central. Tony controlling the Central hub for now. So we need to talk to you. So send a message to Tony.
Call me, send me a message. 688-4012, 4012.
We like what you said. Thank you, caller.
688-4012.
In response to him and the caller before, Nicole Krauss said this: it's a strange thing about the human mind that, despite its capacity and its abundant freedom, its default is to function in a repeating pattern. We call these patterns of thought our nature, and resign ourselves to being governed by them as if they are the result of a force outside of us, the way that the seas are governed, rather absurdly, when one thinks about it, by a distant and otherwise irrelevant moon. And yet it is unquestionably within our power to break the loop, to violate what presents itself as our nature by choosing to think and to see and act in a different way. It may require enormous effort and focus. And yet, for the most part, it isn't laziness that stops us from breaking these loops. It's fear. In a sense, one could say that fear is the otherwise irrelevant moon that we allow to govern the far larger nature of our minds.
Deep. That's deep right there, man. That is deep. Trinidad, you were able to wrap your head around that?
What we think, say, and do is why this country is how it is. Anytime somebody come on my wall and say, we like it so as block them one time, don't talk that stupidness wrong way. Yeah. I have dedicated my life to showing we don't like it so. We don't.
Correct. We don't.
We're not jamming still. Hello, good morning.
Morning. Load on your TV or radio.
Yeah, turn on your fridge, your stove, everything. Turn on everything.
But one of the things we have to learn in Trinidad, that's not your station. Somebody talks so good does not allow you to make your point because they have their agendas. And they are fear. So they make you feel they'll be sued if you say Samga, Amur. And once you know that, you're not voting. People supposed to speak out. Trinidad was once a country that was God-centric. And a person will talk because of their religion, of persuasion, and so on. All of a sudden, everybody wants to play lottery. They forgot God, and everybody's minding a map. So when they're talking, instead of saying this house yesterday, they don't want to talk to you anymore because this house is staying here. One of the things that's suffering Trinidad, this NHA thing, you get out, you left here and you approach NHA for a house. So when they got the house, you have people going behind in your files and putting out people, taking people this journey just themselves. Right? A lot of people are out on the road because of NHA people. When two people go for a house in the last 3 years, they will wait a little time, they will get a home. When sometimes they don't pay for the house, they're still getting receipts.
Caller, there's a lot of things wrong with the HDC and the NHA, and we, the Progressive Empowerment Party, says on our shopping list up for sale, and people who are living in houses, if they are renting from other people who have the deed in their name, we will cancel that deed and give it to the person who living in the house. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
All the best to you guys. Happy New Year, Mr. Alexander.
Yes, sir.
And I hope you take that. Really hope you take that.
I want to meet with you. When we going to meet with you?
Yeah, I will have your cell number. I will call you.
Take Tony number 2 now, man. Come Saturday.
I have your number.
You're busy Saturday. Come and meet with us. Come and meet with us Saturday now because we're launching the South Hub office on the 19th, and we would like you to be a part of that.
19th?
Yeah.
I hear you mention it. Where that is again? Your place?
It's, I'm trying to say it's Palmyra Road, Manhambre Road is there, that
Yeah,
region,
right
the
there.
St. Magdalene.
Right
I have the address, the proper address. When the flyer come out, I'll be able to announce the proper address. But
no problem.
take Tony's number too now. Tony, give him your
Yeah,
number.
688-4012. 688-4012.
84012.
Yeah,
That's
we need to meet with you. Yeah, go ahead.
I would like you to deal when you come into the authority to deal with the corrupted officers, police officers, prison, whoever, but mostly police. Not just to have them suspended on pay, but I trust that it will be redressed that if there's something they have done wrong, they will pay from their own salary, whether it's damage to the government vehicle, wrongful arrest to person, or different things. There will not just be a case of dismissal and in favor of the person, but the police officer himself will be held accountable to pay from his salary or be fired. I would like you to look into that when you come in power. Thank you.
Thanks for that suggestion, caller. We take this last call. That's 5 to 11, 68221, 628-9595, 628-3131. Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Morning.
Yes.
Happy New Year to you and your crew.
And to you and yours.
Yes, and this is Toko Sangigani.
Toko Sangigandi, welcome,
Yes,
welcome, welcome.
Yes, Mr. Alexander.
Mhm.
I like your program, I want you to know.
It's very sexy people on the radio for a change. You must like it.
You're like, let him answer when he comes to say that.
What I am about to say, if you remember, back in 1941-42,
Wait, how old you think I am? Man ask me if I remember Satish.
what I'm trying to
Nah, nah, only joking with you. Talk it to.
say, the rest of the world had to come up against Germany,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So make a change in the world so it could have been a better place to live.
Mhm.
So what we have to do in Trinidad, we have to think of the PLA, like Germany, and all the other countries or all the other parties must come up against the PLA.
I need to get you to stick up in.
Yes.
I need you to stick up in right there.
Right.
During the World War II, there was the Allies and the Axis of Evil. That was the Western-centric view of what took place as World War II. And United Germany, Japan, and Russia was the original Axis, and the Allies was Great Britain, America, what was left of France, and but America didn't join that war till it was very late in the game. Well, not just necessary. America was playing a game where they were allowing the French and the Americans to fight the Italians and the Germans and the Russians and the Japanese. It is only when Russia realized the change in tide was taking place and Russia was switching gears and met with Churchill and Roosevelt in the open sea. If you research that, Little Heart's history of the Second World War. But America was engaged in something called Lend-Lease, and they was using the war to profit. And they was telling, I will give you trucks, and I will give you ships, and I will give you jeeps, and you will give me land. America came out of that war profitable. And America has, all of the success that America has had since has been because that war was extremely profitable to them. But I want to say to you, and you use that analogy, and I want to let you know how much I know about that. But I want you to also know that your idea that everybody needs to join forces to fight the PNM, while it sounds sensible, I want you to understand this. The Progressive Empowerment Party, we see no distinction between the PNM and the UNC. And to our mind, the PNM and the UNC is the axis of evil in this country.
Yes, I agree.
Thank you very much, my friend. Looking forward to meeting you.
All right, you too.
Take care. We have a strong complaint that we would like to lodge. We've been taking calls for 2 hours and not one woman has called. And I am taking... Tony, what the hell is going on? We are... The next 5 calls have to be...
The cocaine.
Satish. Since Satish come, because that didn't happen before. Satish, you blind the show.
Morning.
This feedback brought to you by... Caller, address your radio.
Caller.
Your radio, your TV, your feedback.
One of the things I would like to see happen if this party really becomes progressive How we look at it? I think what you talk about it. How we look at it as police cars running down the bus route, throwing people off the bus route to carry prisoners where they never see a judge most times. Then they have ambulances doing it now, the police, the prison officer. So what about fire services? So they never have water when they go to out of fire, that is for a poor person. When the government says they get it, everybody gets together.
Caller, where you from? Caller, where you from? Caller, you're making a list. You're making a list of all the things that bothering you, and I understand. Which church? All right, caller. Stick up in. When you meet me, walk with your list. We'll go through that whole list. There are plenty things we need to. Where are you from? Lavantil. Nice. Come and meet with me this Saturday now. We in 19 Stanmore Avenue. That's right down the road from you. Come and meet with us now. Yeah? Walk with Alice. Okay? All right, my friend. Yeah? We want some calls from Tobago. What going on in Tobago? Tobago, are you hearing us? Tobago, 628-9595, 628-3131. It is 11 o'clock on the 2nd of January 2019.
Morning, caller.
Yes, my friend. I realize you can't get enough of me.
I need you speaking to Ms. Kamala to make a progressive party. You could give up all the ideas, all the... I don't know how to function again, because I listen to you and you're a wise person. But there's no room for this party. And you say that there's room for. But can you speak to her and make me happy?
Caller,
when you go and you go on a world formation, this country will be a better place. This has been take out pride. Take out what you may call it.
Caller is not pride, you know.
And go and
Caller, I want to tell you something. You hearing me?
But under one condition, you will see. And I tell you already, I'm not people one.
Caller, I wanna meet with you. I wanna meet with you.
I will call you privately.
No, but I wanna meet with you. No,
You will understand what I'm saying.
Yes, I understand what you're
This
saying.
country is bleeding. And you, with your ideas, will help this country. But we need you to go. Mr. Minister, and talk that day and make it a one system. Let a third party go ahead. But the party is not only. There's no room for the third party. He wanted to be other. And he created India. It is not India. It is Trinidad and Tobago. Mr. Alexander,
Yes, ma'am.
I tell you, I'm going to publicity here. I'm an angry person. You see how my country is going. And it hurts me. You will have to get along. You have all the ideas. The ideas of how. And you took me on stage. But talk to Ms. Kamala. Thank you very much. I can listen to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Uncle. Hey, Uncle, you're breaking my heart, eh? And I want to tell you, the elders, I have a soft spot for it is 11 or 2:38. Satish, do you have any ads? Anything? Don't just give me 1 minute to answer, Uncle. That I have a soft spot for children and the elderly. And Uncle, you're making your effort and you're making your calls because you care about the country, and I get that. And I want to tell you with every fiber of my being, every ounce of life I have inside me, that this political vehicle, the Progressive Empowerment Party, is going to break all of the molds. There was a time that they said that black people will never be free. They're free. That black people wouldn't have the vote. They have the vote. That women wouldn't have the vote. They have the vote. That the colonies wouldn't be free. They're free. They have a lot of things that people thought that couldn't be that are. I used to hear people say Barack can't win, he black. Barack was a president for 2 terms. They said an ugly man could never be president. Look, Trump there. Anyway, I want you to hear, man, as I tell you this, your love for this country beats in my heart. There is nothing that anybody could give me that to do what I do every day and every night. I have set aside personal life, family. I work at this not like I've worked at nothing in my life. And we in the Progressive Empowerment Party are committed to build a political home for you. I hear you say that you are a UNC sycophant. I have an orange jersey for you. I went on Fazir's show. You hear what Fazir say? Fazir say, my wife is a fan.
Is a fan. Imagine that.
People in their house. Ask Faris. Faris' brother-in-law and his sister. Peppers. We have one of the best sportsmen, sports coaches. The man is a sports engineer, Atto Bolden. I want Atto to come and talk. Let people hear his vision. Atto is taking little girls from Jamaica and making them the best in the world. Atto is a Trinbagonian. And we have Shamfa, Hopscotch Shamfa.
Yeah.
Hopscotch.
Yeah.
She know about elastic. She said she played tennis when she was small. She used to jump and run about. So she's the Minister of Sports.
Yeah.
That is the jackassery that is this country right now. We have Brian Chinleong, one of the foremost martial artists in the region. We have Shaka Hislop. Shaka Hislop's voice. The world knows Shaka's voice on ESPN. You trying to tell me that we could have all of these Trinbagonians, Michael Phillips, who's come out his house 2 o'clock in the morning to close a section of the Diego Martin Highway. So little Diego Martin Charan, when he was the head of sport, TT used to do it and he's doing it still. And look, he fired the work because he said, yeah, want no bacchanal with Daryl Smith. We have these people, and you have Shamfa Kujo as the Minister of Sport.
Imagine that.
This is the insanity of Trinidad and Tobago. That until you vote a government into office and have respect for the people and what you think you could get a man like Atto Bolden to work under an environment where Shamfa Kujo is the Minister of Sport. We're going to take a break. We're going to take some ads. Tony and Satish don't talk nobody because we hear the bleeding, the calls through, right? We'll be right back.
Need your glasses in a hurry? There's only one service you should turn to. Value Optical same-day and next-day service. Our emphasis is on your vision and your precious time. So when you need to see clearly but don't have time to wait for your specs, come into Value Optical, the leader in eye care technology and trending fashion. We'll get your glasses to you same day.
You see exactly what we just experienced there?
Caring for your eyes. Some
A lot of
conditions apply. See in-store for full
the
details.
UNC and elders are in that frame of mind. Because the sucking the egg too long. It's all about hero worshiping, really.
Come on, white magic, any season. Watch it disobey any reason. It is so mellow, no afterburn. White magic rum is it wrong to be earned. Refreshing and crisp, everybody thinks it. Cuban with my white magic, Cuban with the white magic, Cuban with my white magic, Cuban with the white magic. White magic, watch it disappear.
See?
Do you
Hello
want
to
grow your
Trinidad and
business
Tobago.
rapidly?
Hello, Trinidad and Tobago.
Is the most effective and affordable method to provide your
Yeah, I'm just picking up space until Philip gets back, yeah? And we need change.
That your product reaches the widest audience available with our wide listenership. Book your ads now with 104.7 FM. Call us at 628-4073 for the best rates and packages in town. More FM 104.7 FM leading the way on radio. Let's make your 2019 a year of growth.
Disclaimer.
I was taking-
FM Limited is owners and
I was taking up a little,
accepts
somebody dead time. That's
Come sit.
statements
No,
made
we'll switch him.
No,
I'll
no,
go there.
no.
I'll go.
FM Limited
Lead us
does
out.
not
No.
endorse any of the information provided during this
Something take out the microphones.
segment as the truth.
You
That
back
you have
inside?
to judge for yourself.
You want water?
We, however, reserve the right to question statements made. But in
You
this
can catch.
time of misinformation, government-controlled media, and corruption, it is sometimes
You
hard
will share this
to
one,
get
right? We didn't know we had such.
No, I have.
we must contrast. It is not our intention to discriminate or annoy anyone. We believe it is our constitutional right to free speech, to voice our opinion, and our duty to the population and country to expose the truth. More FM Limited takes no responsibility for the opinions of...
Kenneth say you need a 2019 hat. We back inside. Open the mics there. Open them properly. Extra board. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Tony.
Good.
So many things were discussed today. We told Trinidadians that one of the things that we want to deal with is address issues in the public space where they are not getting the redress or the attention that they want. We have Anne-Marie Dulal, who is the Chief Research Officer of the Progressive Empowerment Party, who is going to be taking up and championing a lot of these issues. So if you're having problems, and when I say having problems, I don't mean marital problems or medical problems. I mean, if you're having problems that you need, Satish, do we have a pen and a paper to take people's numbers? If you're calling, you have to be able to give us your number so that we could follow up and call you back. So if you can't give us your number, look at paper. No, they have no paper. Use this. Use. Yeah. If you can't give us your number, then you can't call, right? So Tony, manage that there for me. 628-9595, 628-3131.
Morning.
I am the one up here.
Oh Jesus.
I am from Trinity City. People have changed out there. But you don't have what is the influence to change these people from the evil. I have tried to change it. And I change them with Jack Warner. And it's very difficult to change it for you.
You see, I want to tell you, you have this concept in your mind that the past equals the future, and I don't. I believe that we could change what needs to change. Stop stereotyping and labeling people. I am a different animal. They've never had anything like me before in the politics in this country, and they know that. Caller, stop trying to, you're bullying me. Stop trying to bully me, uncle. Come and meet with us. I will come to City. Take Tony's number, message Tony your address, and we'll come and meet with you. All right? But you know, no, okay.
But I still have some dollars on my phone that can speak. And I admire you, your philosophy. I'm just begging you to go to come up with something.
Caller, you see, I can't keep it. I can't. No, listen. Caller. Uncle, what's your name? What's your name? What's your first name?
My name is Said Mohammed.
Said Mohammed?
Yes.
Uncle, I want to tell you.
I'm 63 years old. From the 16th of February.
Uncle, I telling you, listen, there are people from the PNM. There are people from the PNM that want to buy me clothes and shoes and car. They want me to come in the PNM. I know, and people want me in the UNC. They see us. I'm telling you, we are building a bridge.
This country is going everywhere. And people like you will tell other people and make me happy. Make my children happy. I'll be happy if that's the anyone. And you look at the side and I listen to you. I listen to you. You're speaking. I know you're speaking truth. I read you as good for the papers. And this is what makes me happy. And I say, there's a man there who's bad. He must try. He must try. And if you go to Arizona, You are good by yourself. Understand what I'm telling you? I speak to you. Change the my eyes. Don't talk to Muskamu. And make your ideas found. Because you said you will have young people. And because I know your age. I don't know your true age. But you're going to sit down and talk and make some sensible discussion. And let me tell you this, Mr. Rowley, look at, kill me. He's damaging me. He's making this country the worst thing. Imagine a highway to nowhere. I don't know highway ends up finished.
Uncle. All right, Uncle. Uncle, I hear it. Yeah, Uncle, I'm gonna come and visit you. I'm going. Uncle, thanks a lot for calling. Oh. Satish, that was cruel. But Uncle, I wanna say, Uncle, and I know that you love your country. I know that you love your country, and I and Tony and Felicia and Janice and Satish and Sean and Chalana and Chester and Denise and Anthony and Joan and all of the crew and the members, Keisha and Nadini. I mean, I could just run names for you till the hour up. But the truth of the matter is, we have a plan to fix this country, and one of the things that it requires we do is treat with those who have taken advantage of public office and who have used this country as their personal stomping ground, and we can't be negotiating. Caller, please turn down your radio. Hi. Ah, Tony, we have a lady.
Good morning.
Lady flirty Tony Rich. Yes, ma'am.
You have me at all, because at the end of the day, we are all in this family. And if we don't love our country, and we don't love people, we have no way to go. Correct. We are going to be spinning stuff.
We either swim together or sink alone, as the old people say.
Of the radio, that we could probably get everybody to listen to you and understand what it is going on. And if that can happen, I'll say praise God.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Phillips, for being there.
Thank you very much for that caller. And I hope you take our numbers, Tony, read the numbers.
688-4012.
And mine is 682-2110. Messages offline, your constituency and your location, so we can link you up. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Tony, you know what? Yeah, hello.
Morning.
Good morning.
Happy New Year.
I am not, I never went to college and then, right? Happened to be primary school, I went to the and I had to quit because for obvious reasons. Mr. Alexander?
Yes, sir.
Just assume election is next week, Monday. And I reached the polling station now. I got to support PEP as your party became the thing. And happen to change of heart with the UNC and the PNM, who to support?
What constituency are you in? What constituency are you in, caller?
To be honest with you, I'm from Oropuch East.
Oropuch East. We have a caretaker and a shadow MP in that region. I will find out.
I want to repeat. I said I'm going to support PEP for the election and I'll get change of heart, change of mind. And I want to support a party between the PNM and UNC, who to support?
Neither. Cut off your finger and throw it away. Throw it away. Tell your finger you curse me. The Bible said, dig out your eye and send it far. Don't make such a crazy. After that long line in the hot sun and the rain, you reach inside that boot, the call of God. Listen, if you reach inside that boot and some psychosis descend on you that tell you, PNM or UNC, tell yourself, be gone from me, Satan. Hello, good morning, caller.
Morning.
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 My concern is to win PNM and your OUNC. Yes. We have to win the people. And how we win the people? The people is die-hard people for UNC and also for PNM. And these are the people we have to get, otherwise we nowhere.
Could I say something to you?
Yes.
55% of the people voted in the last election, those eligible to vote and those registered to vote. So between them, 32% went to the PNM and the rest went to the UNC. Now I want to say this to you. There's a 48% of the people that don't vote, never vote, don't register to vote, and those people, we need to target them. We need to give them hope and opportunity and a chance. We don't leave the sycophants aside. But the sycophants of the PNM and the UNC are not a great amount of people. And there's something called the tipping point and the critical mass. When everybody trying to realize that the perception is the politically sexy choice is the Progressive Empowerment Party, everybody will do what you are doing and come on board.
Yeah, I'm going to come on board.
Thank you, my friend. Have a lovely day. Oh, you have a mic?
When you will be in South?
We are in South. Michelle Davis is the head of the South Hub. If you send your number to Tony now, Tony, your number?
Yeah. 688-4012, 688-4012.
Send your contact info to Tony, and Tony will get it to Michelle Davis, and the South Hub will contact you. We're opening the South office on the 19th of January.
Yeah.
That's in a little over 2 weeks, yeah? Have a great day, my friend.
Coming down to you, South.
628-9595, 628-3131. Jesus.
Load on the radio.
Caller, you're assaulting me with that feedback. Caller.
Load on the radio.
Caller.
Yeah, hello, good day.
Good day. Morning.
Marshall from Marbella.
How you going, Marbella?
Been in mud on top, not top on mud.
And.
Rory making a simple statement. Either you get rid of me, or I get rid of you.
But it looked like, it looked like we gonna have to meet him outside.
Yeah. But we outside waiting.
We wait. Mr. Marshall from Marabella, it was nice having you. 628-9595, 628-3131. Anybody who call in here with feedback from now on, we coming home by early with cooked spaghetti and beat you with it.
Good morning.
Mr. Alexander,
Yes, my friend.
I want to ask you a couple questions.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is, after the by-election, why you step down?
I was just literally wanting to take a break, caller. I had worked non-stop around the clock for about 2 years, and like everybody else, I have other responsibilities and other things going on in my world, and I was just really stressed and tired, and I wanted a break, so I decided to take a break, and it became a bigger thing than it was supposed to be, and I apologize for that.
So if by chance you happen to be the Prime Minister in this country, at any time you could get so many people?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Yes.
Not
There's
at
no room
all.
for that.
Not at all. And you shouldn't look to say that, because no other politician in this country's history has done what we have done. This is not about financiers handing you $100 million and giving you all of the facilities to build a political party, hire advertising agency and public relations people and staff. Everything that is the Progressive Empowerment Party, we did ourselves. We carved this by hand, like the ancestors, like the old people when they was building this country from scratch. So yeah, we are humans and we get tired. Don't hold it against me now.
Alright, yeah, well, the next thing, Mr. Amar had challenged you at one time to bring 150 supporters and he would get you in, and you never did that.
I can't remember that, but I already know.
You can't remember
I
that?
can't remember, but you know, people just challenge me to all kind of things. And my neighbor challenged me to eat stewed chicken, gravy, and cornflakes, and I willing.
Well, here's another Rory, because Rory does
Oh, I know you call. I hear you. I see you coming from a mile away, but I still want to respect you. You're an elder. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. No, but thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I know I saw you coming from a mile away, and I still humored you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, ma'am.
Is this the polling program?
Yes, it absolutely is, and it's a pleasure to hear a female voice.
Thank you very much. Good morning to you, and good morning, Mr. Alexander.
Good morning, ma'am.
I want to say to you, please do not compromise your integrity or the integrity of PEP.
I guarantee you,
Entertaining
not
thought
not even,
of joining with any
not at
other
all.
political party
You have our word. We have our word. We are on record. We are very clear. What we're building is a bridge and a chance for everybody else to have a full, firm political vehicle for a change. We are not sacrificing that. We come too far to have only come this far.
Right.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard work. I encourage you to continue. You have been working hard. Continue the hard work, and people will see the difference in time.
Thank you very,
don't
very
want
much.
to see, just won't see.
No, they would see no caller because again,
Everybody will benefit.
Everybody is benefiting once you're born Trinidadian. So they would see. They would see. Take my word on
Right.
that.
So I'm calling just to encourage you. Just to encourage you.
What constituency you're calling from, if you don't mind me asking?
I am calling from San Fernando East.
Nice. And if you don't mind, sending a text to Tony with your contact info because we're coming to open a South office on the
Yes, I
19th.
am awaiting
Nice.
awaiting the opening on the 19th.
Take my number there. 688-4012.
I have your number.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Tony.
Beautiful.
All the ladies have your number, Tony.
Earlier this morning.
Thank you, ma'am. It was an
You
absolute
don't
pleasure.
even have to go there. And I have been encouraging people all I can and sharing all your
Paraphernalia.
your thoughts and whatever.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Whatever. Continue the good work.
Much thanks. Thank you for the support.
You have it.
Thank you.
100%.
Thank you, my friend. That was a very
Morning,
encouraging
Trinidad.
call. Hello,
Morning,
good
caller.
morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Happy to hear to you guys.
Same to you.
And to you.
First to begin, I believe that splitting the votes will cause a real problem. Right? And we have seen the work done by Kamala. Yes, you might say that they're the same thing, but I don't believe so.
What is the work
I
that was
believe
done?
the person who
What's the work that was
can
done?
really run this country
Caller,
is
what's the
the
work that was
president.
done? What's the work that was done? Because when Kamala left office, public health was crap. The economy was in tatters. The ministry, the education sector. But I'm telling you, the numbers are there. The numbers are there.
I was being treated in all the farmers.
Well then your UNC card must have worked for you. But for the rest of the country, it wasn't working. Education system is a mess. She is in the absolute same boat because I am telling you,
We have, could you give me a chance to explain? We have seen what the Rowley government has done, and we have seen what the Kamala government has done. Remember the lady only got 5 years in power, you know. So was Mr. Pandey, right? Can't do it in 5 years.
Well, obviously, because you keep voting UNC and PNM jokers.
Exactly.
Let me tell you something now. This idea that the UNC didn't have enough time, 5 years and 6 months. In 5 years, in 8 months, the United States turned around a failed global economy. Come on, man. Stop fooling yourself with foolishness. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Pleasant New Year,
And-
and I hope we really get some different changes.
Thank you.
But there's an issue to really splitting the votes by really, you know, you have the diehard PNM, it have the diehard UNC or COP, and it have some of us who will want the change. But when it is we who want the change now, and we was from the COP or the UNC group, come and you all team now, right? It's going to have where it's going to have the PNM will still have the supporters. So I think it's just a good idea if we have a talk with Ms. Kamala. Forgetting that for now, right? I was in the parent since 2013, and I did not get the schooling either. I went to the Tinakuna social welfare building, and upstairs they had a place where they was given subjects and stuff. I went and I did computer literacy. Up to now, 2015, I waited for the certificate. Nothing has been done. I went back and said, when I finish that, I will go and do maths. They don't have anything again there. I think we really need change, but I think it's a good idea that you talk to Ms. Kamala. So because it's really getting hard out there, and being single parents.
Call, I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you. I
just listen to your program and I support you. I'm a first-time caller.
Thank you.
But I think I needed to give my opinion.
Your opinion is respected. Thank you for that. I want to ask you a question before you go. Call, is still there?
Yes, I'm here.
What constituency are you calling from?
I'm calling from Tinakuna Regional Corporate.
Yeah. And don't worry. Could you mind sending us a text with your contact information?
Give me that number, please.
688-4012. 688-4012.
No problem.
Just send us a text with your contact information. We just want to send you some information. We just want to send you some information.
While I'm in the air, also remember I mentioned to you I'm a single parent, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody right around get 20,000, 15,000, right? People go in 2 houses, get 2 check and 1 house, get 2 check and all the corruption would happen, right? You know, I didn't get anything. You know, I went to the social welfare in what is there, and you know, I haven't get a call back or anything.
So give me all your information. I will deal with that for you. When you message Tony, give him all that information. I will address that for you. You have my word.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. All of the people, I want me to talk to all of these people. I want to talk to PEP people. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, gentlemen.
Good.
So the ladies are calling late in the afternoon. This voice songs. This voice songs. I'm not gonna say this voice song for me.
Boss lady, how you going this morning?
She called her Fire Satish because she tell us she called her Fire Satish for letting people hear.
I literally called the Fire Satish because this
Fire.
is the most difficult radio program to get on. So I have been trying for over
Satish,
and over
Fire.
to call you guys.
Yeah.
This person, I keep getting in busy zone and I realize that
Busy signal.
we are bored. This is clearly the number 1 show on radio right now. I just called to say you guys are doing a really amazing job. I have been listening to you since 9 o'clock this morning. Judging by the level of callers that we got in this morning, clearly the people are ready for change. They in with what the PhD is selling, and I want to invite everybody. Yes, I'm taking over your show.
Absolutely. Looks like that.
Do you think,
All
girl?
of the callers who called in this morning wanting change 2019 is the perfect year. So if you want to set a resolution to come on this Saturday at 19 Sanmo Avenue, because based on the level of information coming out that I'm hearing this morning, we clearly have people who want different, who want better, but it's not enough to want it. You have to actually make the move together. So looking forward to seeing and hearing from all of you who called in this morning. Like Philip said, we are opening our South office, definitely looking forward to connecting with the Southeast. And again, gentlemen, really, really great program. Like I said, you know, it's very difficult to get through, so that's only one thing that is clearly a show that people want to tune into.
Thank you for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Have a great day, Miss Felicia Holder, chairman of the party. She knows that she have a team here.
As your boss lady.
Too sexy for TV, so they throw me on the radio. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Ma'am.
Dick
Yes.
Mr. Alexander, I'm trying to remember. You contested the last
Yeah, Diego Martin West. Yes, that was me. Yes.
How many votes you got?
I can't remember now. A couple thousand. Why?
A couple thousand votes you got?
Yeah.
And you lose 70%?
Yes, I did.
You dropped 70%?
Yes, I did.
Well, let me tell you.
Running as an independent is difficult. You know, if Keith Rowley had stepped out, he paid him when he called Patrick Manning a old thief. If Keith Rowley had stepped out then and he had run as an independent, he'd have lost his too. The sycophants vote for their parties.
So, which means you are no hopes of winning because the sycophants have voted for
Well, no, we have a party now, so it's different. We come back with an army. So it's a different game now. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much for that, darling. Blessings to you and your whole family. I just see them coming from my mind. I'm doing this too long.
That's one who like how we living right now.
I'm doing this too long, but now. Here too long. What does Chucky say? I'm tongue too long. I just see them coming from a mile away, but don't worry. They could tell me what they want. They could go and light candle. They could light.
Not doomed.
Tony,
We are not doomed.
I hear they lighting black candle. I even know what that means. Going down Maruga and taking cow skin bath and all kind of madness. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Morning, Mr. Alexander.
Good morning, my friend. How are you? Happy New Year to you and yours.
Yes, Happy New Year.
Same to you. Same to you. And that last call, I don't let you discourage you.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Oh, that could discourage
It's far
me.
few and in between, brother. They're why I telling you. They're why I telling you.
I calling, well, I mean, I'm driving now, I have my Bluetooth, don't worry.
No
But
matter.
live in the country.
He said that for the police for Gary. He said, Gary listening. So Gary, I have my Bluetooth. Don't come looking for me.
But I live in the constituency of Siparia. I am not 40, right? And I am listening all you quite a while. I just follow you on your page. I want to follow.
Thank you, my friend.
And I'm a bit of an influential person.
Well,
when you, well, I mean, came to say, all my life I voted UNC, I vote the other one. Right? And I convinced a lot of people, young ones to go to UNC to vote. You understand? And I believe I can do that same job again.
Thank you.
Convincing them people to come to PEP.
Send that message to Tony right now as a text with your number so we can get you.
688-4012.
Because we opening South on the 19th. We want you involved. I will put you on the stage. Come and talk.
Yeah.
Send the info to Tony.
Yeah.
Alright.
Cool.
Have a good day, brother.
Yeah. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Trinidad.
Listen, I don't know how I'm going to get. I tried to play a European thing.
Said, yes. Said, we know. Said, we know.
Said.
You are, with your ideas, I want to try to play the European.
Yes, Said, yes. I better. We are.
Thank you very much.
All right, Said. Have a wonderful day, man.
Said is
Give me a
enjoying,
call off the air.
Said is
Let me
enjoying
talk.
talking to us. Listen,
Let me
it
talk,
is a
Said.
fact that we are, they say we're too sexy for TV, they put we on the radio.
Call me right, Said.
Hello, good morning.
Off air. Call me after 12. Morning.
Yeah, man, that's why he told me he drunk, boy.
No, it's... No. Hey, I
Happy
tell
New
you,
Year,
many
Happy
happy
New Year.
returns.
You know, it's a blessing to be in this country, but it's just many politicians that are bringing it down.
And-
It's looking like if it's Cuba back in the 60s
Hey,
and 70s.
talk your talk.
Right, since the
Yeah.
PNM government coming to power.
Yes, man.
Right? I tell you something. I get a news from apartment executive. He said, come out within the election, and one of them might be a seat, and all that a big joint cheese.
Where your partner get that Zeppo from?
We ain't begging at all.
Where your partner get that Zeppo from? Because they could do all this kind of talk, you know. I want to tell you something. When you go on social media, Kamala put out her New Year's Day message, and she get 100 people viewing it. We get 1,000 people in the first hour. The couple, a handful that need it bad, that getting paid, they get little phone cards. They get phone cards sent for them. Jerry had you had said that up as when Minister of Communication. They just text them phone cards so they can get and call into things like this. So that's why we start since 9 o'clock. By this hour, they now starting to call because their handlers just realized this show is a big show.
Yeah.
Take the call. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, morning, Mr. Alexander. They Spanish and beat and God.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, due to this is a biblical man. Right? But due to biblical times, what make you feel you're better be a better prime minister in this country?
Well, change has come all through history. You're referring to the Bible, but all through history, all of the evil that men do have come to collapse and good has risen. This is the opportunity for all of us to have a chance at a good government. Don't you agree?
Right, brother. What I'm saying is, right, in this country here, we don't have no equal rights, no justice, no, you know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It has nothing of the sort because what I'm saying is that Prime Minister come, Prime Minister go. As within every human nature, they want to come. And that's what I'm saying, brother. So if you don't care about humanity, right, you will never really make it because in order to really carry out the Creator rules, you must care about humanity.
Indeed.
Right?
Indeed.
This system will be under here presently and they don't care about humanity.
And
Some ministers go right.
correct. And that's what we're challenging. And that's what we're saying. It's been 56 years of this abuse. Thank you very much for that.
I ain't finished.
Oh, you have more to say? Yeah.
We're talking.
Yeah,
Just
but...
give me 2 minutes.
Yeah, take it.
Just give me 2 minutes to tell Alexander because I might vote for you too.
Thank you very much for that. Take your 2 minutes.
What we want to understand in this country, right, that is that we care about the people on the ground first.
Ah, God.
The
Talk,
people
brother.
the people who is the government, not the government who feel lazy people.
Absolutely. When did you start listening to the show? Wait, now I'll ask him a question. Did you start listening to the show from 9 o'clock this morning? You just...
I scared it was get alien Spanish.
But...
I start from the Bible and I grew up on the streets, brother.
Yeah.
And I understand.
No, I ask you today, this show, what time did you tune in? From 9 o'clock?
I just tuned in.
Because you see, I miss a lot and
Mrs. Amar is my personal friend, so I just only listen to 104.7.
That is cool. But what I'm saying is, a lot of what you're alluding to, if you were listening from early this morning, you would have heard that we were discussing the issues about rebuilding the country from the ground up, like a rising tide lifts all boats, that jobs and home ownership and affordable food and an education system that works. And we went into great detail as to how that would be done. And if you hear those things and you realize that we are explaining to the people that if you had a government in office who understood the well-being of the citizens, the function, reason, and purpose of government, and that everybody who wants a job could get one and everybody who have a job could own a home, then we could start to look at building this country as a real country. And that's the conversations that we need to have.
You agree with that, caller?
Yes, but just keep it strong, eh?
No doubt, no doubt.
People, when they enter office, they just forget thoughts and words.
Not at
But
all.
listen,
Look now, man.
Listen now, man. Call me. Take my number there, boss, man. 688-4012. The name is Anthony. Call me. We need to touch base.
Take care.
Yes, we need to touch.
Thank you, boss.
Nice,
Thank
man.
you for that.
And I hope all people listening and understanding.
Understanding is
Watch
that
me,
time.
we're standing is for the poor man. The money that budget calling every year with a PEP government partner. We ensure the biggest portion towards that budget is towards the social sector.
Yeah,
towards
because presently, when a ministry gets $60,
yeah.
right? When he's supposed to use 55 on the people and 5 on the
55 on himself.
55 on himself,
That's right.
and 5 on the people.
That is right.
Shift are done.
Yes.
And if people and then trade don't understand, the creator will keep getting more vexed.
Correct. And watch me, you come into this with common sense, and that is what we're talking about, you know. That,
I just remember when I live in Beaton, and
brother, Beaton, all them place, we want to come down inside that day. We don't want to put up no gate. Watch me. Boy, we did. Like I say, partner, you have my number? Call me, 688-4012. Call me.
Remember, poverty is the modern father of this nation.
Correct. Yeah. Agree 110%, my boy. Hold it strong. Next one. Yeah, boy. The man talks sense there, and again, it's common sense. Now we lose our one this one. Right? The man, he hit the nail on the head. And again, we have a call there. Morning, caller. Hello, good morning.
I'm calling business. Is Pinky there?
Yeah, I think I had the wrong number, you know. Pinky. Oh, God, oi, Pinky, you're missing our call. Morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I hear people calling and saying that the PLM have this company for the PLM. The PLM have nothing, so it's weedy people.
Weedy people.
Go to the head of the class.
Yeah.
We elect this government with the Rowdian government that's going to take this country over.
Yeah.
Go to the head of the class. Correct.
Over. Yeah.
Correct. Hit the
If you don't fanatic or whoever you want to call them, who call and telling you to join up in this one, look, just forget them. Who have died hard, let them die hard. Right? We don't want to die. We want to live. So let all these die hard stay there. Okay? Don't compromise with nobody. Don't go look for Rowley or look for Kamala. They are the problem.
Correct.
Solve a problem by going and taking the problem. Not to eliminate the problem and have nothing to do with the problem. To solve the problem. Kamala and Rowley and they are the problem in this country.
Well, it must be the problem, you know, caller, because it's the same men behind closed doors pulling the strings on both sides of the fence.
And if people want them, just let them have them. We have no room for them because we want to try this country. We don't want to go back. Those who want to stay with the US, just with the PNM and go back and go and die hard, let them die. You're going to die, Let them die very hard. We don't want to die. We want to live. They have new policies. They have a vision for this country. They have decent people. We don't have the recycling politics. We don't have the nepotism and the corruption and stuff. Mr. Alexander, keep it back clean.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend.
Beautiful.
Send your contact to Tony.
Well
Send your
said.
contact
Well
to Tony.
said. Yes, again, boss man, call me 688-4012. Call. And that was well said. Morning, sir.
All the best of 2019.
Same to you.
And Tony.
Same to you.
KND, I want to ask you all a serious question. Do you want to save Trinidad and Tobago? If yes,
the PEP is the only political vehicle to get us there. The manifesto, Reboot the Republic, is self-explanatory. It is exactly that. Another question is, what would make you want to vote PNM and UNC when the PEP is the only party talking about issues and solutions to those issues?
Yes.
Please check peptt.com and have a look at 21 policies at a glance. Food for thought, nourish the mind. It's time for one people under one orange umbrella.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you for that.
Well said, brother.
Thank you. This is the last call. It is 11:45. Make very good use of it.
The man talk very good because why we go have a government separating the people, treating some good and disregarding some because of political spirit.
Correct.
That's what I'm saying. If you for UNCP and I'm the guy hating for that.
Correct.
Because them is the present government. They're supposed to look over me still, I just say. So it's the separation. People have to unite and be together.
That is right. That is right. And show me which political entity in the last 56 years made that an agenda. None. And is why we say in the Progressive Empowerment Party want to bring everybody together, boy. And look, we said it just now too, you know. The sycophants and the people and them who do not want to directly follow or support the PEP. Here what's going on. All in laws, we still have an agenda to ensure your safety and your betterment as a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. So, and that is the point. That is where we need to be. We're on the same big stone in the ocean. We cannot have division. We cannot have segregation. We have to seek a betterment for all. Again, I keep saying, you know, we shouldn't be looking to be getting visas to go America and all them different places. We supposed to have visas for people to come here to Trinidad and Tobago because it's so sweet, because things work so efficiently and everything is up on the up and up. People have hope and opportunity. That is the whole point. All the money spent, look, Philip talking on $3 trillion. $3 trillion pass through the shores of Trinidad and Tobago. Where that money? Where you look out your window, Trinidad and Tobago. Look out your window. Don't take my word for it. Look out your window. Tell me if this nation that we living in right now, looking like any first world country, looking anything like Canada or anything like America, it do not. Where has this money gone? We have to ensure the agenda is putting serious emphasis on the social aspect of Trinidad and Tobago and its citizens. That is where the work has to be done. That's where the majority of work has to be. You understand? But anyway, what time we have? 11:46. We take any more calls?
No, we're done with the calls. We gotta wrap this up because we have to have this conversation. And to all the callers and to everybody who took the time to attempt to get through, and those who did get through, I want to tell you this, and I want to say this clear. That regardless of who you vote for yourself. Regardless of who you vote for country. Regardless of who you vote for community, vote for neighborhood, vote for your home. Vote for the school that you're sending your child to. Because you don't know your child going to go and sit that abusive SCA exam. And in one day, your child's future is going to be decided. And you could never tell what that child's future going to be. Your vote affecting that. The Progressive Empowerment Party guarantees you that the government takes as its first responsibility to ensure that there are jobs for all. Without jobs, the people perish.
Correct.
Without jobs, the people perish. The Progressive Empowerment Party is going to ensure that anybody who has a job, who wants to own a home, can. Without homes, the community perishes.
Correct.
And a nation is a collection of communities. If you fix the community, you fix the nation.
That is it. Say that one more time. One more time. Say
Which
that
one you
again.
think? I said a lot. Tell me. Press rewind. No, but seriously, a nation is a collection of communities.
Yes.
If you don't fix the community, the nation will perish.
That's right.
Without proper education, a proper education system, the youth of tomorrow will perish. We are ruining our country by ruining our young people. We are giving a select few prestige status, and the rest also ran. 7,000 failing out every year, becoming grist for the criminality and violent crime mill. If people can't afford food, what they're supposed to do?
Tell me.
Those are the issues that we need to address. Affordable food, jobs for all, home ownership, and an education system that works. And if you put a government in a power that focuses on those four things, we will raise the entire country up by its bootstraps.
Correct.
Yes, there are other issues that need to be addressed. Yes, we have have to secure the borders. Yes, we have to decriminalize marijuana and put it to work for medicinal use. We don't want a nation of people standing up on the corner getting high. But if California has the 13th largest economy in the world based on growing marijuana, we would be fools to waste all this land. We have land pushing up razor grass and cineplexes and strip malls that could be used to grow food and to export. We were a net food exporter up to the 70s. Trinidad and Tobago need to wake up and stop parroting foolishness. I understand Saeed, he called me out of fear. This woman from Diego Martin Central had called to attack me. That's fair. That is fair. Fear of the unknown. They don't understand. The day it dawns on them that the PNM and the UNC has been the front line and the source of all their misery, everything that is wrong in the country. I had to tell people last night, the mother-in-law of the owner of the largest security company in the Caribbean, Amalgamated, bandits went in her kitchen Christmas Day. The wolf reaching anybody. And last night it was a Progressive Empowerment Party supporter that gave us the information that I was able to pass to the Commissioner of Police. Not Crime Watch, not anything else that's going on out there. Not Trevor Sayers sitting down on 700,000 people. Watch Trevor Sayers fake take a crap. This is to show you what is broken. We don't even know where to put our attention properly. I watch somebody advertising Carnival Tuesday in Tuesday wear with music and alcohol and food. This is no longer our culture. This is just bikini grinding. They even bothering to put feathers and beads anymore. We've lost the plot. We're losing the country. Trinidad is failing. The government woke up this morning with no clue as to how to run it. So they're trying to tax the people to keep the lights on. That is not what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be dominating the pleasure craft industry. We are the only Caribbean territory outside the hurricane belt. That should be our mainstay. Our pitch supposed to bring us more money than oil and gas ever did. We never monetized it properly. Others have taken advantage of that. From the Queen now to China. Trinidad and Tobago needs to own and earn from that. Correct. We need to make sure we have food in this country that are among the best in the world. Cocoa that they say runs the risk of going extinct in 40 years. Trinidad is supposed to be a feedstock and a genetic seed stock for our brand of cocoa that is among the best in the world. Our honey, Toko honey, is ranked as the best honey in the world. Our Maruga scorpion pepper is the second hottest pepper on the planet. We could that, and it is used predominantly for the manufacture of pepper spray. Why Trinidad and Tobago doesn't dominate the pepper spray industry? We're supposed to be doing shipping turnaround, shipping outfitting. That is where Dubai and Singapore makes their money. That is where Dubai and Singapore makes their money. We are a stone's throw from the Panama Canal where 80% of all consumption on planet Earth passes. We're supposed to be the place where all ships outside of the hurricane belt come to offload, reload, change crews, stock up food and gas and oil. Right here, Trinidad and Tobago, billions of dollars. The cruise ship industry, tourism is the #1 industry after petrochemicals in the world. Our cruise ship industry is supposed to be second to none. We're supposed to be docking 2 and 3 cruise ships every week in Tobago, but we're not because we don't have a clue as to how to properly operate this country. We've created a nation of slaves to a contract mafia that has organized 2 political misrepresentations, the PNM and the UNC, that have led the people astray. Right now, some zealous and unethical lawyers are trying to use the courts to make wrongdoing right and right doing wrong. We have to intervene. The people of this country have to throw aside and put aside all of this nonsense about which party they support and support your country. If you support the PEP today and it fails to deliver, fire them tomorrow and vote for our next party. And if they fail, fire them.
Fire them too. That's right.
The people that have the problems are the people who get into a relationship, and if the relationship is not working, justify staying in it still. That is not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to look for change and betterment in your life. Look for a better job, look for a better school, look for better circumstances. That's how you improve. That's where we need to be. The conversations we need to be having as a people is how do we enact laws to control journalism and media so that we run the board's room at arm's length from the newsroom and they not be selling news time to fool people.
Yeah.
The constitutionally protected freedom of the press was not predicated on the owners of media using it for their own wickedness. Trinidad and Tobago has been misled and led astray, and we're about to crash. After they run out of reasons to tax you, imagine the insanity of a $5,000 fine. The insanity of it is a testimony that the government, it is an indictment against the government. It proves that these jackasses have no idea what they're doing.
Correct. Correct.
They have not one clue.
Correct.
Keith Rowley said to his people, and the 200 of them applauded him when he said it's not easy to diversify our economy.
Imagine that.
But he is a fool. Aruba and the Bahamas eclipse us for GDP, and it is all they have is tourism. All they have. Don't tell me about banking. Don't tell me about banking economy, because that don't contribute to GDP. Yeah. People talk parrot stupidness again. Sun, surf, sea, sand. We have the best in the world in Tobago. We should be number one. We're not. We're not. Because they tell you, don't be a slave to tourists, be a slave to the THA. What's the difference? Yeah. When they have places in Cancun in Mexico where doctors and lawyers put aside their profession to beg for a work as a waiter. Because a 5-star hotel, you are a server at a table and you pulling down $100,000 a year in tips. Listen to me now, man. There is a line in those countries. Mexico is one of the most criminal countries in the world for narcotics, illegal drugs, and is one of the #1 tourist destinations on the planet. Explain that contradiction. We could have going on in this country with a proper government. Look at our Brian Lara promenade. It is a piss spot of vagrancy, homelessness, decay, and disregard. We spent hundreds of millions of dollars to build that. Why are we not making it and using it and cleaning it and making it so that families could go and use it, light it up, put some security, allow food truck vendors to come and sell all along Brian Lara Promenade in the night, from Hyatt to Cipriani statue, wake back up Port of Spain.
Correct.
Wake it
the
back
entire
up.
Nightlife.
Wake it back up.
Yeah.
You take it from there. First phase, stop at statue, Cipriani statue. Second phase, take it to the cathedral. Then start to go back up all the streets. Link up Woodford Square, Lord Harris Square. You want places for people to have entertainment. We have a bandstand in Woodford Square. Every single night something's supposed to be going on in Woodford Square. And local you can make it available to all those artists for free.
Yes, local artists from every level. We have some upcoming young hip-hop artists, young soca, young rap artists. I mean, at the
but
end
rock
of the
music, Kes the band was limestone. Kes the band was knocking pillar to post all over the country, singing for Island Club Casino. He was a little alternative music band. He ended up in soca fine. But because in Trinidad and Tobago, look at Trisha Lee Kelshaw. She left here, she gone Miami, making a career. Yes, you want to sing your little soca and your little wherever, make some money, because that have money in it. But it's not music that transcends and travels the world. And you want, as an artist, to be able to bring your craft before your people.
Yes.
We've isolated and broken this nation. We've dumbed it down. The average person has no clue of how much they're entitled to. And if they knew the capacity of this country, Trinidad and Tobago is the 3rd wealthiest nation in the Western Hemisphere on raw material and natural resources alone. If they knew that Trinidad and Tobago could be a Dubai and a Singapore, if they knew that this country had money that would make the United Arab Emirates shame, if they understood what was theirs and what was lost, and that we could stop it now, we could undo and redo this country. We could bring education, public health, home ownership, jobs, food, the cost of living. We could talk things for hours, put in the retirees to work, give them opportunities to pass on their knowledge. All the schools that are closed every single day, all those schools that close at 3 o'clock, open them back up. It's 11:58 and it's time to wrap this up. Special thanks to all of those who listen on 104.7, to all the PEP followers. Thank you to Satish today.